Hey, it's Russ Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. We are here with a actual play one shot of Dungeon Crawl Classics. This scenario is called Hole in the Sky. It is actually a published scenario put out by Goodman Games. It's written by Brendan J. LaSalle. Dungeon Crawl Classics is a game of old school 1970s van art style fantasy, and this is what they call a peasant funnel, where every player has not one but four player characters, but unfortunately they are all level 0 peasants, but they're going to do their best, and we're going to see what this whole adventure is about. So first off, let's introduce the peasant squads, starting with Scribblykins. Please tell us about your peasants.
Hello, I'll be playing these four poor fellows. The first one is, what do I name them? Buster Big Human, the tax collector, who's here to oversee whatever's going on with the hole in the sky. Clearly, he is the most noble of the assembled persons, the most in authority, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And as well, there's Snadger Harvey, the merchant, who was in discussion with Buster Big and a couple of peasant yeomen. Kadja Crackerdorn, the somewhat successful wheat farmer, and Puck Downey, the somewhat unsuccessful rice farmer. This being an area where rice isn't really planted for reasons of, accessibility to water and such. So they'll be carrying various stuff with them. Buster Big Human has a big pouch of coins, which jangles bigly, which is mostly just copper coins, while Snadger Harvey has a smaller pouch of coins, which jangles a lot less, but is the more valuable one. And Kadra Crackledorn and Puck Downey both have pitchforks, as is due, and keep each an animal with them. Kadra has a mule, and Puck has his lucky goose with him.
Ooh, lucky goose.
It keeps packing him.
Aw. Great. So next up we have Squirrel, who is running a squad called the Squirrels, apparently.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be easier.
Yeah.
They represent the parts of the town, the blue collar workers who keep the town running, who are coming in from the edges of town because they're kind of kept away from the main populace. And this is their chance to, break out, make it on their own, and finally feel appreciated. So we've got the grave digger, Edgar, the potato farmer, Spud, and his goose, O'Cluck. We've got a halfling dyer named Duncan, son of Duncan, who's got the most important tool we have, a backpack. And the hunter, Whiskey McGulligan, who's probably going to be the first to die.
Isn't he a really poor hunter?
He's a really, really bad hunter.
Aww.
What was the name of the potato farmer?
Spud.
Spud, well named.
Cool. Great. So we'll see how well they do. But then finally we have Weird, who is playing again, a whole squad. It's not a name squad though. So tell us about your peasants there.
Yeah, so we've got Sam the Unlucky, who's an indentured servant. His friends make fun of him. They call him Unlucky because he got conned into being an indentured servant. We've got Sam the Shoemaker, who is a fan of Law and Order and loves to make shoes. Eric the Cheese Guy, who really isn't big on law at all, kind of hates it, and he loves to make cheese though. And Edward Ratcatcher, who's kind of a real son of a bitch, but their physical stats are low, so I'm not sure if they're really going to live very long. We'll see.
We'll see. We will see. So yeah, hole in the sky. And so basically, what's happened to all of your peasants is over the last few months, all of you have begun to feel like you're living the wrong lives, and you've actually always felt that as long as you can remember. But a few months ago, each of you believed you were destined for something greater, but you can't find a way to escape your mundane existence. That's when a couple months ago the dreams began. All of you began to dream of an alluring woman dressed in blue finery, face shrouded in shadows, who confirms that they have believed their whole lives their true destiny has been snatched away by sinister forces. Become my ally, she intones in a ghostly tapestry of indistinct voices, and your enemies shall become my enemies, and together we shall take back the life that was promised to you by the stars. Come and find me at the cliff. As the dreams continue, each of your characters becomes more and more detached from your lives. You ignore your work. You have an increasingly difficult time engaging with your family and friends, seeing them as jailers in the prison of your life. Finally, the dreams become a mandate, and the characters, all of your characters, leave home and follow the visions of their dreams, hoping to discover the mysterious cliff they saw the woman standing before. They travel dazedly as if in a fever dream, their path dictated by strange omens and portents. In some instances, bandits stop the five characters or stop the characters to rob them, but seeing the look on their faces, chose to leave you pathetic madmen alone, and let you continue your journey untouched. Eventually, you led the character, all of you arrive at the cliff overlooking the ocean approximately the same time. Perhaps you were in the same village and left together, or perhaps you left at different times. Whatever it is, you all showed up at the same time, within minutes of each other. Um, and let's see here. So yeah, you arrive exhausted and confused at the cliff overlooking the ocean. The scene is exactly as it appeared in your dreams, and you are suddenly grateful, as this means you're not insane. There at the edge of the cliff is the woman who has haunted your dreams for months, standing behind a long table, incongruously set a banquet here in this wild place. The woman is nearly 7 feet tall, wearing tattered finery of deepest blue, and for the first time you see her face. Somehow her head is that of a statue of a woman. Her features are inanimate and softened as if rain and wind had eroded the statue head over time. In her left hand, she holds two severed human heads by their hair. In her right hand, she holds three. As you approach, she holds all five up as to greet you with their dead faces. Then those dead eyes open, and the five heads speak to you in unison, each in their own voice. Welcome, brave friends. I know you have many questions, but I let them wait for now. I know you must be exhausted from your journey. Sit, eat, and rest. All of your questions shall be answered this day. You notice that one of the heads, a pale skinned outlander with bright red hair, speaks in a foreign tongue. Um, and yeah, there's this amazing feast, meat, bread, cheese, vegetables, and wine. But as you all gather to the table and sit down, just incredibly hungry, out of every 10 dishes, 8 are fresh and delicious, but 2 are visibly rotted or otherwise despoiled. There's mutton with maggots on it. A bowl of berries is green with fungus. Um, yeah. Which are all your characters eating only the fresh food, or any of you brave enough to eat the despoiled dishes? Scribbly.
Puck will not really have paid that much attention to the food because of the heads and such. So he'll just distractedly start shuffling whatever food's in front of him in front of his mouth, and that'll be one of the interesting ones.
Okay. Yeah. It is disgusting, but you're so hungry. Puck is so hungry that he eats without thinking about it, and yeah, it's pretty gross. But yeah, there's no effect, so make a note of that, or try to remember that. Let's see here. Squirrel. What do the squirrels do?
Edgar the Gravedigger definitely has some of the more decomposed food. He lived through famine. He knows you don't waste any food at all.
Very good. And weird.
So two of my guys go for it, two of them ignore it. So, the two Sams ignore the rotted food. Although Sam the Unlucky is like, you guys, I know I've been conned before by like an MLM, but this time I'm sure this is gonna work out. This is totally cool. It's totally fine. But
Mhm.
so two of my Eric the Cheese guy, he's like he is sticky cheese already. Like this is fine. And Edward Ratcatcher just wants to eat the spoiled food just to show people he can.
Yeah. So after you have eaten your fill, the woman in blue begins to speak again. Thank you, friends, for taking this dangerous journey to be here today. I know each of you, your minds and your hearts, and yet I must keep my identity veiled. If I were to even think my true name, it would instantly be sensed by our enemies, and they would race here to break our fellowship and confound our plans. Please let me be known to you as the Lady in Blue. Trust that I am a friend, and that not one that would mislead you. Know this, our enemies, who are indeed the enemies of all right-thinking people of this world, have kept you from living the lives you were meant to live. Each of you was born under the wrong stars, a misfortune fostered upon you by our enemies. But I wish to be your ally. I can set this misfortune right. If you wish if you wish to have me as an ally, I ask just this: that tonight, when the full moon reaches the top of the sky, you step off that cliff and onto an invisible bridge that does not yet exist, but shall exist tonight. The bridge will take you on a long journey across the ocean. The journey will be difficult, and some of you may not live to see its end. But those who do shall find the hole in the sky, a porthole to another world. That world is a prison, and its warden is a titan, a fierce creature that cannot be slain by mortal means. This titan keeps a prisoner in a cage of alderwood. Its prisoner is our ally, and to say her name aloud would give my presence away to our enemies. At this, the lady in blue takes a cup of wine from the banquet table and carefully pours it there on the dusty ground. For a moment, you see a word written there, Dresda. A moment later, a mass of beetles bubble up from the earth and devour the word. An instant later, they disappear, leaving only bare ground. Never speak that name aloud. Friends, I would ask that you take this bridge tonight under the full moon to the hole in the sky. Free our ally. Those who do shall be my trusted friends, and I shall set their stars right with this. The lady in blue gestures, and you hear an immense tearing noise, as if the spinning of the world was grinding to a halt. Incredibly, a seam opens up in the morning sky, and you are looking through it into another world, one where a massive black monolith is the epicenter of what seems to be the mother of all storms. The wind blows so hard you are all shoved back several feet, almost to the edge of the cliff. As your eyes adjust, you see the monolith is actually the edge of an immense black wheel. The wheel turns slowly and seems to be made from the night sky itself. You see stars clustered in groups or shining alone in its surface. As you spin, you feel as if reality itself might slip from beneath your feet at any moment. You clearly hear every word the lady in blue speaks, despite the hurricane winds. This is the Wheel of Destiny, one of the posters of the universe. For each brave friend who aids in the rescue of our ally and returns, I shall allow them to spin it once, one time, and the true destiny you are meant for shall be yours. With a gesture, the lady closes the seam in the morning sky. The winds dissipate. You see the remnants of your feast have all been blown into the ocean. And let's see. She sort of nods and looks it to you to see if you accept this call to a quest or not.
I mean, Spud is half ogre, it seems, given his languages. So I think his mom was probably an ogre. He feels very, very comfortable around the 7-foot lady. He's totally on board, and he's dragging the squirrels along with him.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Scribbly, any of your
Buster Big Human feels that this will go his way. This is clearly this was my destiny all along. And Snadger Harvey sees the potential for profit, so he's in agreement. Puck Downey has been down on his luck most of his life, so he's not that keen interested. But essentially, the only one who seems to be hesitating is Kadra Krakadorn, who has had a fairly okay life, everything despite it. But the others are kind of like pushing him into it. Now, you don't count it around now.
Great. And finally, Weird.
Yeah, Sam the Unlucky thinks this time it will work. Sam the Shoemaker, it feels like he has some weird sense of duty or whatever. Eric the Cheese Guy is still unfazed by any of this and just thinks it might be cool. And Edward Ratcatcher, again, wants to prove how cool he is, just to show everybody else.
Great. She kisses each of your characters on the forehead with one of the severed heads, and then finally sinks down into the earth. In the blink of an eye, she is gone without a trace. And yeah, so it is morning now, and apparently this invisible bridge does not appear until midnight. So you are vaguely aware that there is a village nearby, so you can walk there and back and be back before midnight if you want. Otherwise, you can just hang out, or you can try and make some kind of preparations for your journey ahead. You only have what is on your character. You have nothing else. So we'll start with weird. How are you going to be passing the time?
Sorry, what was the choice before us? Pass the time to wait for what? Sorry.
Well, the invisible bridge to show up. Like
Oh.
yeah, she said that an invisible bridge will appear at the top of the cliff at midnight. And then you have to take the bridge across the ocean to
Okay.
get to the hole in the sky. So it is morning now, and yeah, the moon is not yet in the sky, and you have to wait till the moon
Okay.
is highest in the sky. Yeah.
Well, okay. 3 of my guys play some kind of. We don't have cards, but they figure something out to play some kind of game to pass the time. Edward Ratcatcher keeps throwing rocks at where the invisible bridge is supposed to be.
Okay. All right. So you're just waiting all day. Okay. That's fine. Let's see.
Is there a lot of stuff to interact with?
There's a village you could go to.
Hmm.
But Master Big Human is already starting to arrange an expedition to the village over there.
Well, my Duncan and Spud will join him on the village. Whiskey is going to spend the day hunting to try to gather supplies for the journey. And Edgar, the gravedigger, is going to start digging trenches, just in case.
Okay. Does he have a shovel or some sort of tool to do that?
He's got a trowel.
Okay, yeah. Sure. So Whiskey, give me an agility check to see how stealthy you can be.
A 0.
Well, it was not a natural one, so you got that going for you. Yeah, you make a lot of noise in the woods. There's so many like little twigs to step on, and you know,
and he manages to step on every single one,
and dry leaves too. You're just crunching and cracking and kicking over rocks. You're just making a big ruckus. You scare away all the prey nearby. And your gravedigger, yeah, can dig trenches all day. Sure, no problem. So those at the village, it's a tiny fishing and trade village. There are 2 guards at the gate. You know, and yeah, there's a fish marketplace. There's other traders and blacksmith and yeah.
Ross,
Yeah.
can I say, I don't know if we'll do anything or not. 3 of my guys followed the other 4 to the village. Edward's still throwing rocks at the invisible bridge.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't take that long to get there, and as long as you're not, as long as you don't pass out drunk in the village, you'll be able to get back there in time for the bridge. So yeah, if you want to buy anything, it's there at book prices. If you have the DCC core rulebook, I think it's on page 80 something. If you don't have it, just let me know what you want, and I can give you a price for it. And 10 copper piece equals 1 silver piece, and 10 silver equals 1 gold, just for the reference. So 100 copper to the gold piece. But yeah, it depends on what you want. Yeah, you can also try and steal. Of course, obviously there's risks. You can't try gambling, but there are risks, obviously. So we'll start with Scribbly. What your peasants want to do in the village?
I think because we are Team Taxus, we are the resource group here. We have at least, I think, 6 gold to play with if we total our money. So rations for the long and exhausting journey would be nice. Probably also like a small cart, if we can just have that, because hey, we do have a mule.
Let's see. Rations per day, it's 5 copper piece. So for 1 gold piece, you can get 20 rations. So 20 days of rations. So like 5 days for all 4 peasants. So yeah. So just mark how much you want to get. Let's see here. Cart, I guess. Chest. Not. Yeah, they don't really have carts, but they have sacks. And rope.
We can load those onto the mule, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say, yeah, you can get a harness and storage space for, let's say, half a gold, 5 silver. And that'll let the mule carry as much stuff as it can, reasonably carry. And yeah. So
that's 1.5 gold
yeah.
ish
Mhm.
for 20 days of ration and harness.
Well, 5
carrying
days for
capacity.
4 peasants. So, but yeah,
20
20 days worth for
in total.
Yep.
I think I'll double up on the ration since some of the others might need it too, and technically we're traveling as a group, so I'll spend another gold on rations.
Okay.
So 40 rations in total.
Okay. Great.
And weapons.
Yeah, weapons. What do you want?
Like there was mention of bows from that for the hunter. So Buster Big Human claims to be a decent shot, though maybe that's just braggadocious. But yeah, how much does a short bow and quiver cost?
Wow, really expensive actually. Short bow's 25 gold.
Oh no, that's way too expensive. So yeah.
I mean, you could try to steal one. Arrows are. Where are arrows?
Actually, you know what? How much do you say it costs?
25 for a short.
Well, Catcher Crackerdawn happens to have a set of thieves' tools worth 25 gold pieces.
Okay.
I did not see that until just now.
Yeah. So that would require what's their charisma thing?
Personality.
Personality. They require.
I can roll with my merchant.
That'd be fine. But in order to get a good deal, you're gonna have to do that. They arrows are also I'll give you go ahead and give me a roll on that. These tools are a little
it's not enough. It's 6.
You're going to you get an offer for 10 gold for the thieves tools.
I'll still take it. Maybe I can buy something else.
There's a sling is only 2 gold, and you can get as many rocks as you want.
Okay, I'll buy a sling for 2 gold. That seems extremely expensive, though.
Well, it's a high quality sling, and it does D4 damage.
Okay, D4 damage.
And it does if you use it at enemy in close range. You can add your strength modifier to damage because you're putting your muscle into it, but not at long range. So yeah.
Yep.
Anybody else want to buy anything, or try to steal anything, or gamble, or whatever else you can do in a village? Yeah.
We were going to buy supplies. That's why we sent the halfling and the potato farmer. But then we realized we're all very poor farmers and can't afford anything. So using some of the fabric and dye that Duncan has, we're going to dress O'Clock up as a new form of animal and try to put on a show and raise some money in the village.
Okay, first give me some kind of check to make the dress up. What kind of animal was it? Sorry.
It's a goose.
Okay, yeah, to disguise the goose.
All right. How about intelligence or personality?
Yeah.
Intelligence or personality? Okay.
Yeah. Probably intelligence. That would work. Yeah.
All right. That would be a 4. +1 is 12.
All right. Yeah. The goose is adequately disguised for the simple people of this fishing village. Now you'll need a personality check.
All right. This is where Duncan steps up to shine. He does not. That is a 6.
Yeah, I'll say you get 4 copper in pity money. You're so pathetic that they give you. Yeah, they give you some copper, just which is enough for let's see here. 1 day of rations. I'll say, yeah, you can get 1 day of rations.
All right. Well, I'll get 2 days of rations for everybody with the copper, or with the copper that I do have.
Okay.
That'll
cool.
be all I buy.
Yep. All right.
I mean,
everybody...
you could go begging to Team Taxes.
Oh, don't worry. We took note that you have a lot. We're just gonna. We're used to scavenging. That's how we operate.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Anybody else got any business at the village?
I'll copycat what, or the three of my guys that went will copycat what the other folks did and buy some supplies. Pooling their gold. Edward again is not doing the same thing with everyone else. He's not with everyone else. He's just throwing rocks at the invisible bridge. His copper pieces are kept separate.
Okay. So what kind of supplies do you want, or is there anything you want to buy that I haven't already mentioned?
I'll do the generic rations thing, and then I'm thinking in terms of stupid plans. I think Sam the Unlucky is going to talk. Well, yeah, he's going to manage to talk Eric the Cheese Guy into trying to steal a bow.
Okay.
A short bow. Probably not going to work. Probably bad.
Yeah, give me an agility test. If you fail this, you are going to be chased out of town. Well, it's not going to go great.
There it is. Let me get with it. It pops up with the word command. There we go.
Oh my.
17. Yeah. What's
16,
his
I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, -1 modifier. Well, still that's still really good. Yeah, you get a short bow. And I'll say 2d6 arrows. 5 arrows. Do d6 damage.
Okay, yeah. So like I said, so Sam the Unlucky talked Eric the Cheat. So Sam's the one going to use the bow, and they'll settle up later about how much, if they actually all live, who owes how much for what, for one person stealing a bow for somebody else.
Well, no. After you steal the one bow, like the guy discovers it a little bit later, and he
Yeah. I mean, I just meant the one bow that they've stolen. It'll be Sam the Unlucky trying to use it.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Just make a note of that. So, anything else?
How much does explosives cost? Oil barrels.
One flask of oil is 2 silver piece. So
we could buy 5 flasks for 1 gold.
Yeah.
I'll buy 5 flasks.
Okay. Yeah, you can, when ignited and thrown, it causes 1d6 plus fire, DC 10 reflex, or suffer 1d6 additional damage each round. It burned, and none of you have a lantern, but it would burn 6 hours in the lantern.
Actually, I think one of us has a lantern.
Okay, yeah.
Not my group, but
no. I want to say, Spud. By the way, he goes and buys 50 feet of rope because he hears that adventurers always need rope.
Yep, that's 25 copper.
Yep, and then just as a note, Edgar, who has been digging, is not very smart, and he's only had one thing in his mind since everybody left. So the trenches are all spelling out DREZTA.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Well, nothing seems to happen. So
sabotaging us before we begun. Lovely.
Yeah. Okay. Is everybody done with the village?
I'll buy 4 ropes. Why not?
All right, that's 100 copper or 1 gold.
My team at first is looking at your team in awe, then turns to jealousy and anger.
Yep, that would be how it goes.
Mm-hmm. All right, all of you head back, and you get back there by mid-afternoon, and there's nothing to do but the waiting. It seems like, so if somebody wants to do something while you're waiting for midnight, you can. Otherwise, you can rest, forage for berries, hang out.
Roll an int check to see if we recognize that he's the grave robber has spelled out the name we were supposed not to.
I mean, if any of your characters are literate, yeah, sure. You can.
Bastard Big Human actually has a clipboard with him and is noting down, stuff on it. So
okay,
I'll roll for him.
All right.
And he has 0, so basically a straight roll.
All right, yeah. So you know that, so or you don't, depending on
I
what you
don't.
roll.
It's
Okay,
fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. It's just weird looking trenches. Um,
Duncan dreams of being a bard one day, so he's just gonna sing at the camp for everybody.
well, if he lives, he'll get to be a bard. Actually, I don't know if that's a class in this.
I don't even know. I was just.
Nope, they do not have bard as a class. It's cleric, thief, warrior, wizard. Well, you're not
he's
going
a
to be a dwarf.
halfling. He only.
Oh yeah,
gets to
he'll be a
a
halfling. Yeah. So he'll get halfling as his class. And yeah, eventually midnight, the moon appears. Night falls, and the moon rises. It is cold. It is fall, and all of you are. I imagine you can make a campfire while you're waiting. That's not too hard. And eventually, the moon is at its highest. And that guy throwing rocks all the time, eventually suddenly the rocks land on something instead of falling into the ocean. So
It's ready. He just grunts. It's ready.
What's happening?
Yeah,
it is happening. Let's go forward.
All right. So all of you it sounds like all of you are going about walking on the bridge about the same time. And all of you,
my team kind of, the three smart ones fake that they're walking onto it, and they let Edgar kind of take a step first to see what happens to him.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty straightforward. Do any of your characters have like sticks or staves or anything?
Yes, Duncan does.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my guys has a staff. Yeah.
Well, it feels and sounds like cobblestone when you step on it, and using the various stick implements of the party, you're able to ascertain it is 20 feet wide, and probably about 2 feet thick, just by leaning over and tapping the sides. So you can all fit on it easily, going in sort of like waves, and the donkey is
We have wisely blindfolded the donkey.
the donkey's fine with that, you walk straight forward, and it keeps going and it keeps going. Some of you vaguely remember she said there's going to be a long journey across the ocean. So yeah, it is a long. You start walking and you start walking, and before you know it, the moon has gone below the horizon and the sun is rising. The bridge gently rises to a height of over half a mile over the surface of the ocean. Dawn eventually breaks, and the day is sunny, and the air is quite cold at this height. Land is completely out of sight by after hours of walking. 4 or 5 hours of walking. You all keep going, I imagine. So a whole day is marked off. So that's 20 days of rations for all of you. And so be sure to mark that off. If you don't have any rations of your own, you need to ask your compatriots for them.
Don't you mean 16 days? No, sorry, 12, because we're only 3 teams so far.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was thinking of 20 characters. Yeah, 12. So 12 days of rations, yeah. Last time I ran it had 5. So
team taxes have gone from 40 rations to 40 rations to 32, no,
28.
36.
Okay.
Unless we have to share with others.
Oh yeah. Does anybody not have any rations?
I have enough for today and tomorrow.
Okay. Cool.
We're good for now, except that Sam, and Eric are already pissed off at Edward because he didn't buy any rations. He has to share from theirs.
Okay. So
Whiskey starts eyeing the donkey hungrily.
Yeah, the donkey is not. Are you gonna just leave it blindfolded? It's not gonna want to be blindfolded forever. Yeah.
It's a complicated problem.
We'll just have to keep it calm and maybe feed it some carrots to keep it. Give it rations as well, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eric wants to try to be like horse whisperer, like calm it down with careful, soothing soothing language in pets.
Okay. So with that, yeah, give me a personality check.
Okay, personality 8 is gossip. All right.
I mean, like, it's not your mule, so.
Oh
No.
yeah, whose mule is it?
Sure.
It would be Kaja Crackerdawn.
Okay, yeah. Crocodon needs to make a personality check.
He doesn't have
You
any
can
bonuses.
burn luck too. Remember.
Oh, I
You
don't
might
think I
need
want to
to.
burn that much luck.
Okay.
It's,
The donkey is starts panicking when it realizes how high up it is and how cold it is. It looks down. It's getting skitterish. And so it is probably going to bolt to one side or the other. And unless somebody does something to try and calm it down.
Do we have
Okay.
somebody really personable?
Yeah,
And one of my guys will try to, unload it while it's panicking. Like, just quickly get this off.
Okay, that character needs to make an agility check.
Okay. That would then be. It would have to be Buster Big Human, of course.
Of course,
It's very
yeah.
people.
Well,
Spud's a
one
farmer, so
person
he's used
trying-
to animals, but Whiskey is getting his bow
Oh,
ready.
that's a 20 for Buster Big Human.
Oh, natural 20?
No, total.
Okay, yeah.
unnatural.
So with a 19, he's able to unload all of the donkey's stuff.
Okay. Well, that's happening. Edward Ratcatcher would like to try to calm the mule.
All right, go for it.
So, kind of a very surly approach. Hey, mule, stop freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 8. Oh yeah, 8 + 1 would be 9. So that's not that great.
No, it's not. So the mule stops and starts backing up. It is wanting to turn around.
Well, instead of
yeah.
that, could I burn luck on it? Or how much would it?
Yeah,
would it
yeah.
like, so one for one?
You would have to get a DC 10.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'd
one
like to
luck.
burn 2 of Edward's luck on it. Just
All right.
grab up luck points.
Actually, I think you still get the bonus from your luck modifier.
Well, that's good.
So for the roll, so you only need to spend 1.
No, your luck modifier only modifies the thing that
Yeah.
it says it
A luck roll,
modifies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you're doing it for like
sorry, I was
Yeah.
thinking wrong. He has a personality modifier of +1, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would
Right.
be
Okay, yeah. The personality, so you don't have to. Yeah, your personality modifier is +1, and you need a 10, and so you got a 9. So yeah, you only need to burn 1 luck.
Burn 1 luck. Okay, yeah. So I burn 1 of my.
Okay. All right, you stay. You calm it down. You get it to keep going. So yeah, day
Justin's gonna
2.
take some
Yeah,
of his fabric and form like a bonnet, like
Okay.
blinders for the mule.
Well, the problem is it needs to eventually see. You just can't blindfold it the entire fucking
Oh
time.
no, not like a blindfold, blinders. So it's only
Blinder. The problem with the blinders, it can still look down, right, straight down,
Okay.
and just like, oh, this is not ground. This is it's not handling the invisible magic bridge very well.
Well, yeah, but I think it's kind of starting to develop a relationship with Edward. They get along because they're both surly.
All right. So day 2. By midday it starts to rain. By late afternoon it becomes a storm. Every single character needs to make a luck check. That is rolling a d20 and getting your luck or lower. On a failure, you must the wind will blow your character off the bridge. You then need to make a DC 10 reflex save to grab the side, or they die. So first make the luck check, and then if they fail, make a DC 10 reflex save. And of course, you can burn luck to make the reflex save. So
let's see. Big is unlucky, and Puck is unlucky.
okay, have them make their roll DC 10 reflex save.
Whiskey's unlucky. Everybody else is okay.
Okay.
He -2 on reflex. He does not make his reflex save.
Okay. How much did he fail by?
He's got a 7. So yeah.
So if he burns 3 points of luck, he'll live. Otherwise,
Okay,
he will
yeah,
fall.
I'll do that. Yep,
he will fall half a mile into the ocean. So
Okay.
yeah,
Sorry, what did we need to make the luck check?
the luck check is equal to your character's luck on a D20.
Okay.
Or
Right,
less.
less than or equal to.
Yeah, and then
Monster
if
Big has a
yeah.
sorry.
No, go on, Scribbly.
Monster Big has a reflex bonus of 1, so with his 9, he makes it.
Yay!
Let's see how Puck does. Puck is at minus. Let's see. I need to -1 for his reflex, so he needs to spend 6 luck or die.
Well, you might as well spend it. Yeah.
Yep, he's at 1 luck now.
Oh damn!
Yep.
Going great.
Okay. My guy's
like- He's just standing there teetering on the edge, and eventually the duck just pecks him in the head enough that he falls forward. Sorry,
Sam the Unlucky made his luck check, which is ironic for us. Edward Ratcatcher also made his luck check, which is crazy. And then the guy with a 17 luck score did not make his luck check. That's Eric the Cheese Guy, and neither did Sam the Shoemaker.
Okay.
So what was the next check after the failed luck?
A DC 10 reflex save.
Okay. Wow. All right. Shoemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's an 8 plus 0, so that'd be a not a pass. Sam the Shoemaker didn't make his stamina.
Okay.
Stamina?
Reflex. Yeah.
Reflex.
Agility. So you probably want to burn your luck to make those reflex saves.
Okay, so 8. Yeah, he could burn 2 points of luck to make that. 9. Burning our fates, it's fun. Cheese Guy. Great. Hey, but nat 20, so that worked.
Yeah. Very good. All right. So so you all make it. It sounds like you burning some luck along the way. But yeah, it is cold and miserable, and you're all wet. And there's no shelter because you're half a mile above the ocean on a magical invisible bridge.
Yeah,
so
even if we'd set up a tent with the winds that are blowing.
Yeah, and you need to keep going forward. Like you waiting that out, it's not really an option. So any character with a stamina of 7 or lower begins to get sick. Sick characters take a -1 penalty on attack and damage. Ability checks and skill checks based on strength, agility, and stamina. I'll put this in the chat. And
so
the Sams are getting sick.
I have Duncan and Edgar are going to be getting sick, but if Duncan is wrapped up in his fabric and then set on the donkey, can he avoid the sick penalty?
No. I mean, the wind, you're up in the air and you're getting hit on all sides. You can't take shelter under the donkey. The donkey's going to keep moving forward, right?
We have a lantern. We could start burning oil to keep people warm.
It's not enough heat. A lantern, it makes a little bit of heat, but you're also wet too. You have to be dry. Yeah. So
that's fair enough.
Wind, right? Yeah, the wind will suck away any heat that thing's making.
Here, I'll put it also in the game chat on the thing. So you have 2 little things, so just keep a note of that. But yeah, you have no choice. Bark off another thing of rations for everybody.
Yep. How many rations goes for the mule?
I'll say the mule.
One or two or three?
Yeah,
or...
one. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll scratch off another 5 rations. We're down to 30 rations now for team taxes.
Yeah, the duck and the goose don't eat enough to count at this point. Like, I'm not gonna. You're all feeding them the little bits of stuff that you don't want to eat. And yeah,
I mean, technically, O'Culloch can go forage for himself and just leave the bridge and come back.
I mean, was that the goose?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're half a mile up. The goose is going to fall quite a ways before it can like fly. Like the air is thin up here, right? And like it's not going to be able, and it may not never. It'll probably never come back if you just let it go.
is a trained Halo jumper. Excuse me.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I forgot about the Halo training. Yeah. So day 3 comes. It is cold and windy, and at midday you pass over the wreck of a ship on the ocean. It seems to be, stuck on something just below the water, like a reef or something. That's why it hasn't sunk below the waves. But as you look down, you can see a pack of horrid bird monsters. They're called sea shrikes. I'm not really sure if your characters would know what a sea shrike is, but these are big bird monsters, and they 2 of the let's see here, I'll say 4 of them start flying up, and yeah, I'm gonna roll initiative for them, and then all of you can roll, and if you beat that number you go before them, and if you don't, they go before you. So but actually any character with a ranged weapon, and there are a couple of you, can get a round to attack first. Yeah, but you're like the short bow and the sling are not like super long range weapons, so you get 1 round of which you're at a decent range, because they're flying up. I mean, you can see them from quite a ways up, so you have time to aim. So there's no penalty, but yeah, you can lean over the side and shoot. It's you're also leaning over the side, so it's kind of tricky to hit them.
Yep.
So
especially with a sling.
yeah, exactly. But when they get close enough, you can lay into them. So any character with a ranged weapon, there's just Sea Shrike 1 through 4.
All right,
tactics.
Whiskey's taking a shot. He's the greatest hunter in the world. You got a 12.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Sam the Unlucky crit failed.
Cool. I like crit fails. They're cool. Let's see here. Fumble. Let's see here. Is there a fumble table? I think there's a fumble table. They love tables. All right.
One.
All right.
There may be multiples.
Yeah, there's one. I'm just gonna roll that real quick. A 2. Your incompetent attack makes you the laughing stock of the party, but otherwise it causes no damage. So
I'm so lucky.
You're very lucky.
Balster Big is just happy you failed that badly because he just totally flubbed it.
He whipped too.
Yeah.
All right. So the 1 attack hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Whiskey, pull it back. Yeah, it wings him. 2.
All right. So 2 damage on Shrike 1. All right. So their initiative is going to be. Okay. Cool. Is rolling really shitty. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. All right. Yeah, their initiative is a 2. So you just need to roll above a 2 for your characters to go first.
Okay,
but
see what happens.
They're flying up and they're getting them. They're clearly wanting to like rip and tear. Like
what if you get it to
big jagged maw, opening it up with dried blood on their muzzles. So yeah, anybody who don't forget to modify this by agility. So
yep.
Oh wait, does the sick affect initiative rolls?
Let me double check. Ability checks. Actually, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Text still. Yeah. It's not in it. Yeah. Ability.
It depends on whether ability check is a like initiative thing.
I don't think it is. I think it's an initiative. Yeah.
Then you're good. I have Cadra at 20, Big at 16, and Snadger at 12, and Puck at 11.
Okay, so as long as you didn't get a 1, you all get to go first. I just rolled them as 1 initiative because I'm keeping all that. So we'll just go down the row with all of your actions. So yeah, they're all charging up into melee, but they're just slow. They dodge out of the way some of the attacks. So you all get to attack them in melee before they get to go. So we'll start with you, Scribbly. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, however, the animals are beginning to panic too. So if you don't spin an act, you don't have to make a check. But if you don't spin an act, one of your characters spins an action to keep an animal in line, they will do something dumb. Probably go over the edge, trying to get away from the big predatory creatures. So yeah.
But I'll say for if my team is first, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Big Human will be drawing his longsword and lashing out at the thing attacking one of them. Snadger Harvey will be trying to trick them into crashing into the invisible underside.
Oh no, they went around the side. Actually, they went around the side. They're coming up on the sides, not directly below you. It seems kind of like they're aware of the bridge. It's very clear that they're aware of the bridge.
Okay, then that's not the plan. I guess Snadger will just be trying to keep the.
Yeah, you're all striking out of them as they're coming up level with you along the sides.
So Snadger will try to keep the mule becalmed.
Yeah, you don't have to make a roll for that. They just lose their action to keep the mule. Yeah.
I guess Cadra and Puck are pitchforking.
Okay, roll attacks. The AC is 12, so you need to get a 12 or higher. Add your strength modifier for melee.
Do I have to roll a personality for the mule, or is that just a?
It's just automatic. You're just holding on to it, and it's If it gets hit, you'll have to make a check. But
nice.
That is a miss and 2.
Oh my god!
Yes,
wow.
It should have been 3. It really should have been 3.
All right, cool. All right, so the first fumble. Which character is this?
Cadra Crackerdorn.
All right, Cadger is going to get a 6. Your weapon becomes entangled in your clothing. You must spend your next round untangling it. In addition, your armor bonus is reduced by 1 unless you spend 10 minutes. Well, you don't have armor on, so yeah, you don't get an armor. But basically, what weapon does he use?
A pitchfork.
His pitchfork gets caught up in like his
sleeve.
Yeah, his sleeve. There's holes in your clothing, and so yeah, you've been marching for 2.5 days now. You're just exhausted. Your muscles are stiff, and you're just and oh fuck and so yeah, he loses that round, and then let's see here. That's a 5. You trip and fall, wasting this action. You're prone. Must use an action to stand next round. Actually, you had to be along the side of the fucking bridge in order to attack.
Pitchfork. So
yeah,
they have a bit of reach, I think.
Okay, yeah. All right, he doesn't follow his. Yeah, the longsword guy definitely would have had to make a reflex save to hold on. So all right, cool, good start. The squirrels. Squirrel, you there? Oh, he's muted.
I am sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Are bows at a disadvantage when they're in melee?
I will say you can. This round, you're not in melee. Like they're going to attack on their initiative. Then they'll be in melee with somebody. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, never. Whiskey will spend his action since he already saw success and feels good about it. He'll keep O'Cluck calm and safe, so that the animal's all right, and then the other 3 will attack.
Okay. Make attack rolls. You need a hit AC 12.
Okay, let's see. One of them hits, and who's that going to be? That is Spud hits with his pitchfork.
All right. Do you have the pit? Do you need me to look up the damage for a pitchfork? Or
A
is that-
D8. One D8.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll D8.
-1.
Oh
7.
my!
All right, you absolutely annihilate one of them. I'll say it's number 3. And yeah, it's fucking dead. It falls back into the far into the ocean below.
Wait, does it fall or does it end up on the end of the spear? Because I don't have a lot of rations left.
Okay, give me a strength check if you want to like use your momentum and swing it over onto the bridge.
Don't
He's got
fumble.
strength
Don't
at 8,
fumble.
So is it above or below? What's the DC?
10. You need a 10 or above. If you roll natural 1, yeah, you go over the side.
He's gonna spend 3 luck to make that work.
All right. There's a sea shrike corpse on the bridge now. Yeah, very good. And then finally, we have Weird's squad, the Sams and all of the others. Yeah.
So can Sam the Lucky, the one that has a bow, can he take a range shot and then the other 3 run into melee, do melee shots?
Mhm.
Okay. So that's what they're gonna do.
Mhm.
Sam the Lucky first.
Do you have any animals you want to keep corralled?
No, I don't have any corral. So Sam's gonna miss with a 4. So, great job, Sam.
Mhm.
Anyway, the other ones. Let's see.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Okay, the 16. 16 modified to 15. And it stays there, and then the 12. So we got 15, and then we got a 12, I think. No, 11.
Okay, 11 misses.
Okay,
Wouldn't
and then
it
we
be?
got
Wouldn't
a
it be
6 also.
12?
Well, if
Sorry?
he has a modifier, a negative
Yeah.
strength modifier or agility, depending on what weapon it is. Yeah.
Eric,
Oh,
Eric the
if it's
cheese guy-
Edward, yeah.
Yeah.
Eric the cheese guy got sick.
All right, so it sounds like you get 1 hit.
Yeah.
All right, roll damage.
Okay. That was a dagger. Okay.
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
All right, cool. Which one did you want to hit? Strike 1, 2, or 4? 1 has already been struck.
Strike 1, I guess.
All right. It has 1 hit point left.
Take that, strike 1.
Yeah.
You don't have a strength modifier, do you?
Well, even if let's see, who made the hit? Okay, the dagger. No, the strength modifier is 0. So.
Yep. All right. So each of you since there's 3 strikes left, each of you will take 1 attack. I'll let you pick which character is getting attacked. So Scribbly, who's getting attacked by the sea shrike?
I'll say the lucky puck.
The lucky puck. All right. What's his AC?
9, I think.
Okay. Miss. Sea shrike charges in, snaps at puck, and isn't able to connect.
Probably because he's prone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Of course he would go after the prone guy. Yeah. But the puck rolls around and is avoiding getting ripped apart by, or at least have his throat's not ripped out yet. So good for him.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yep. Squirrel, which character is getting attacked?
Seeing how much effort they're putting into protecting a cluck, I think the monsters think it must be a high value target, so they're going after whiskey.
Okay. And what's his AC?
8. Oh, damn it! I chose wrong.
Yep, you did. Let's see here. Attack on D20.
To be fair, I don't think anyone of us more than like 11 in AC.
Yeah.
I chose my lowest guy though.
Yep. All right. Actually, he has +1 to his attack. Yeah. So okay, cool. Anyways, that is going to be 2 damage. Is he still up?
He is.
Great. Cool. So, Weird. Which your character is getting attacked?
Eric the cheese guy, because the Shrek is interested in stinky cheese.
All right, makes sense. A 5, yeah, that misses. So again, very, very lucky.
Are we sure we're born under the wrong star?
Yeah. Well, you're not out of it yet. So
I mean, we're still stuck on an invisible bridge, half a mile up.
So yeah, now
true.
they're all of the strikes are engaged in melee. So anyone using a ranged weapon will have a -4 to their attack roll, and a miss will have a 50% chance of hitting your ally in combat. So keep that in mind. Yeah, we'll go back again. Scribbly.
There are 3 strikes left, right?
Mhm.
I'll have all of my guys attack the attacking Puck. Actually no. Cadger will be untangling his sleeve from his pitchfork,
Mm-hmm.
and Puck is prone. So I don't know how attacks go when you're prone.
-2.
And he'll be attack of opportunity if he gets up, right?
No, they don't have that in this. You can just get if you just
Okay,
if you
so if he can get up, I'll just get up and
Yeah.
attack. So that's
you
Buster
can't
Big-
do both though. You can only get up or attack at a -2.
well, given the risk of friendly fire, is there anything he can do that's like a defensive action or something?
Get up. He won't be. Actually, he should get a. If you're prone, they attack rolls get a bonus against you. So, yeah, melee attacks do. So yeah, he. If he doesn't get up, the strike roll plus an additional +2 to hit him.
Okay, he'll get up, and Buster Big is the only one attacking this round for my team.
Okay.
And he misses.
All right. Very good. Moving on to the squirrels.
All right. Well, Whiskey is going to try to put the donkey between O'Cluck himself and the monster, and then everybody else is attacking. Spud is taking the thing off the end of his pitchfork and stabbing again.
Okay. Go and roll.
Okay, again, only Spud hits.
All right, have him roll for damage. Or is he going after the wounded one?
Sure. No,
All right.
no. He's just going after.
All right, the number 2 then, the one who is untouched so far.
4 damage.
4 damage. That kills number 2.
God damn, Spud. All right, and you know what? He's gonna try to save this body too.
Let's see. Sorry, what was that?
He's
trying to save the body
too.
Oh no, it's already up. Now they're all on the bridge.
Oh, okay, great. All right.
They're all like flying around you, snapping at you. Like it's all the bridge is 20 feet wide, so it's a pretty so yeah, you have plenty of space to attack and for them to get on and start grabbing at you. All right, cool, great.
Bud's a provider. What can I say?
Yeah, he is. And then finally, Weird.
Yeah. How many strikes are left? Are the strikes left?
2.
One on your team,
Okay.
and I think one on Team Taxes.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
that sounds right. Yeah.
we'll attack the one. We'll start off all attacking the one on my team.
Okay.
Sam the Unlucky switching to melee weapon to avoid the penalty and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so Sam's gonna miss. Pretty much one person hits.
Yeah.
Edward. Although he's only at 12 though, so I guess he just barely hit.
Yeah, just barely, literally. Yeah. Go and roll damage.
Not the most martial crew. Okay. Oh man, I wish well. If we live, we can do it later. Okay. So 1d4 minus 1 damage. So pretty much okay. He managed to get a 3. So that's 2 damage.
2 damage. So it's still up.
Yep.
Cool. It's wounded though. So yeah, the first one is going after Team Taxes.
Puck's got up, so he's no longer quite as exposed.
Missed. Puck's got good luck. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He has 1 luck.
He's got luck. Though.
Yeah. Well, the strike has even worse luck, it seems.
Clearly.
And then Team Weird, who is getting attacked, it's the same person. For the sake of convenience.
Eric the cheese guy with the sticky cheese.
All right. What's his AC?
9.
Okay. That definitely hits.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a D3 damage.
Oh, neat.
Only 1 damage. Is he still up?
Yeah, he had 4 hit points. He's a boss.
All right, so he gets bitten.
That's not
And
good.
yeah,
You put it that way.
yeah. So yeah, yeah, no one's fallen yet, so the mule and the other animals are still calm. Well, relatively speaking. They're scared, but they're paralyzed, not like run away, afraid. So yeah, back at the initiative. Let's see here. Scribbly.
Yes, Cadger is untangled, Puck is up, and Buster Big can keep whiffing. Let's see. Yeah, Buster Big crit fails. The other two misses.
Awesome. What's he armed with?
Long sword.
Woohoo!
Oh,
You're incompetent. Sorry, you trip, but may recover with a DC 10 reflex save. Otherwise, you spend the next round prone. So,
Prone.
yep. Ah! Yeah. So,
Curse
At least you
this
didn't fall off the
slippery,
bridge.
invisible surface.
well, yeah. It's actually dry, but you're just like it's a big clusterfuck, right? Like it's a 20-foot wide space, and so you're all sort of, and it's invisible, so you're all kind of like unsure of where exactly the edge is because you're fighting giant bird monsters, human-sized bird monsters.
Yeah, we
So,
really
yeah.
don't want to take a step back and discover there's nothing.
Yeah,
to
so
step
you're all
on.
kind of like sort of crouch, pushing towards each other, staying towards the center of the bridge. So it's very cramped quarters, actually. Yeah, the next, let's see here. We'll go again. We'll do Weird first because he's the one also getting attacked.
Okay. So we're doing more attacking, right? They're not gonna
Yeah. There's still two
Okay.
birds left.
Man, if we had one really big stone. Okay, but still. We will all 4 of mine will attack.
Yeah.
Damn.
That
All right.
So that one hits, and then what else?
I think they can't help but kill
The
it
The
this
natural
time.
20 is going to kill either one, so
Okay.
because it's going to be at least 2 points of damage, right? So roll for the other attack roll. Actually, no, you can. No, I'll just say you kill them both because, like,
Okay.
yeah. The only way, yeah. You
What else
with
is
this,
four?
yeah,
So
they're both dead.
It is 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
So who got to kill Sam the shoemaker? Somehow he used cowboy tricks. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's
Cowboy-
great. Like, it's a really, you stood against the horrible bird monsters, and yeah,
You
you
shot
managed
him
to
with a crowbar, apparently.
yeah, just brain them over the head, no problem. So yeah, anybody? There are, I think, all 4 corpses are on the bridge. Each of you can make an agility test to butcher the corpse and get the actual useful meat out of it.
Team Texas will let the other 2 teams have it because, well, we were not really helpful there at all, and we have our own rations.
Okay.
All right.
Can my sick people try to get better, or is that possible on the bridge?
It is possible. Well, no,
It says 8 hours of rest.
yeah, you can't really rest on the bridge because
Yeah.
it's cold, there's no shelter, it's windy, and just the stress of being on an invisible bridge above the ocean is kind of
Yeah.
like a little fucky. Yeah.
It's trippy in Minecraft. It's gonna be really bad for these guys.
Turns out not a lot of meat on these bird creatures.
Yeah.
Well, it might be the double 2-year-old. The other team should roll for theirs.
Yeah, just make 2. Yeah, it's all right. So 2 of the corpses are butchered horribly and inefficiently, and yeah, so 2 of them are lost. So
Team
weird.
Squirrel is more
So-
used to butchering squirrels.
All right.
Hey,
Yeah.
my explanation
Everyone else
is that
is
the
right.
hunter is a terrible hunter. He's never actually had to do this before. And
Yeah.
Duncan keeps taking any valuable feathers or blood for use in fabric making.
Oh, okay. So weird. If you have 2 characters who want to butcher the Shrike corpses,
Okay. What are they rolling for that?
agility.
Agility. Okay.
Yeah, you just gotta. There's a lot of. It's a tough, scaly hide. It's very easy to fuck it up.
As we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
One
my!
definitely doesn't get it, and the other one, nat 20. Sam the Shoemaker again. He is driven.
Yeah, no shit.
Nat 20.
Yeah, he gets 5 days worth of rations of meat. If you eat that,
That's a fat bird.
yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of have to eat it sashimi style. You don't really have enough. I guess you could try. You can try and slow cook it over the lantern, but that's going to be kind of weird. But if it's fresh, it should be fine. Yeah, these birds have been eating a lot of fish, so but
And our bodies from that shipwreck, but we don't think about that.
but yeah, you who is you continue on. Who is first? Who is are you all? Who's in the front of the journey?
Bravely leading forward, I would say Team Taxus.
All right, Team Taxus. Do you have any what is your approach to walking on this bridge?
Kadra Crackledorn and Puck Downey are using their pitchforks to just secure the tapping it along the ground as they walk. So they if there's a sudden right turn, we don't fall off.
Great, because eventually it does end. And it just stops. It doesn't turn. It just terminates. And when you go back, you see the bridge has disappeared behind you. You're on a 20-foot wide by 60-foot long section of bridge, just there. And yeah, you wait, and you wait, and you wait. 2 more days will pass before anything happens. Characters who are sick can huddle up using the warmth of other characters as a kind of a shield, and the animals, you can make a fort save. You can make 2 fort saves to try and recover. DC 11.
Okay.
And I'm going to, let's take a quick bio break. I need to get some water. So I will be right back.
Duncan heals. Wow, what a roll. Way to waste it on that.
Yeah, but they're really healed. Like, they are feeling good.
All right, all my people are healed.
Nice.
Sam the Shoemaker become the de facto leader of my group for now, based on his continued nat 20. He's impressed everybody else,
oh my
except
God.
the Brat Catcher. It's everybody.
Like
Bud?
everyone who was sick are no longer sick for whatever reason. Like that's 3 nat 20s.
We all healed. But Spud is clearly my badass and is the only one that I'm going to try to keep alive. I think everybody's... I mean, Edgar's nice, but like he's got 1 hit point. He's going to die at some point. And now Whiskey has 1 hit point too.
Yeah,
Also, I think Edgar's luck modifier, one of his 2 positive modifiers, has gone down to 0 now because of the luck's expenditure.
Oh, I'm my guys are in trouble. Except Spud, he'll be fine.
I'm surprised none of us died there. That could have been really quickly 1 or 2 of us gone, or 5.
I mean, I almost did because, like, I have 2 people who would have died from that hit.
Yeah, I just randomly I happened to choose that the guy that takes the hits was the guy with the most hit points. I didn't even notice that when I specified him.
All of my guys are surprisingly chunky, especially the most unlucky one. Puck has 5 hit points.
Oh man!
Imagine that, 5 hit points.
It's like legendary status right there.
Hey,
yeah,
Spud's got 4, so I mean,
he's really trained up himself from trying to plant all this rice that won't, grow properly on his property. He just spends all day working out on the rice field.
Clearly, farmers are OP. I mean, they start with a pitchfork. It's too much. They gotta respect farmers.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all back, it sounds like, or I'm back, so cool.
I've spent 10 rations for my group for 2 days.
Okay. Is anybody not able to feed themselves?
I have 1 day where I will have 2 people who don't have food.
I can spend 2 of my rations so that you have.
Great. So eventually, after 2 days of shivering and suffering and eating rations and just sitting and waiting, and hoping the bridge doesn't disappear beneath you. Eventually, an odd shimmer of air appears off on the horizon. As it gets closer, the characters begin to see it as a 15-foot diameter window surrounded by crackling blue fingers of energy. Another world with a magenta sky can be seen clearly through the breach as it approaches. Eventually, it lines up with the bridge and the characters can step through. So, with no choice, because you don't know what's going to happen to this bridge. You all jumped through the portal, eager to get out of the cold. And as you step through, your ears pop, and the sudden warmth of this place makes you momentarily dizzy. You are in what must be an entirely different world. The air is misty, but as best as you can tell, the sky is a bright magenta. You are standing in what appears to be some sort of bamboo forest, but the bamboo is thinner and flatter than you have ever seen. Looking behind you, you cannot see the porthole. Your companions just seem to be stepping in through thin air. The air is heavy and has an oppressively intense scent, like an intense saffron. Off in the distance, you see a single structure. The mist limits your visibility, but you see it's a dark structure rising out of the mist ahead, like as tall as a castle. So basically there's a path leading through this bamboo forest straight ahead. If there's anything in this place that is a prison, it's probably the big structure right ahead. But there is a bamboo forest around you. Do you all continue forward, or are you gonna go wandering through the woods?
No, yonder lies the dungeon the lady in blue spoke of. Let us head towards it.
Well,
Yeah, let's do
should we
that.
send somebody out to scout? I mean, Whiskey's pretty used to the woods.
Is he?
Okay. If someone wants to take point, they can. So, is anyone taking point?
I mean, Whiskey will take point.
All right, Whiskey takes point. Anyone
He's a
joining him?
hunter.
Yeah.
Edward Ratcatcher.
All right. Whiskey and Edward Ratcatcher, go ahead. And so they see a man kind of wandering across the path as after hours of walking. You see a guy dressed in tattered clothing. Bits of armor are hanging off his torso. He is just fiddling with his hands and sort of ranting or mumbling to himself. You can't really tell. And but he's just kind of wandering around in the middle of the path up ahead. So what are Whiskey and Edward going to do? You can go back and warn your comrades. You can approach him. You could, if you have a ranged weapon, you just take a shot at him. I don't know. What do you want to do?
I mean, I do have a
Go back
bow.
and tell
I can
people?
cover you if you want to go talk to him.
Okay, what am I going to ask him?
Where we are? What's going on? What's happening?
I don't actually like people. I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Well, I understand that.
I can throw rocks at him.
Maybe that'll
I like
work.
that. Okay. I'll throw some small rocks at him.
I'm
Okay.
going to step off away
Oh.
from him while he does that.
All right, you throw a rock at him. It sounds like you don't want to do any damage. You just want to get his attention.
Yeah.
Okay. He turns like, you outsider. Yes. Are you aligned with the cursed lady in blue? I am the forgotten god Yendor, yes, and I demand worship and also a fealty oath. You must swear an oath against the lady in blue. Worship me, worship me. We will destroy her and her evil ways together. He starts
Man,
approaching
shut up
you.
or I'll throw another rock at you.
I am invincible. I am a god. I only was tricked by that the cursed lady in blue. Worship me. Pay tribute if you wish to live, or I shall strike you down.
Well, you couldn't be the forgotten god because we know who you are. We see you right there. I remember meeting you just a few seconds ago.
Another. You bow, worship me, pray to me, and maybe I shall let you live.
I'm backing away from the guy.
Okay.
I don't really intend to fight him.
He's
I'm-
approaching.
Yeah.
Finger pointed at you, just demanding worship.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, let's just lead him back to the rest of the group. There's no reason we should have to face him alone.
What?
Here, come with us. Maybe we have a whole team of worshippers.
Yes,
a whole program,
yes.
Yeah.
Bring
a
me
group of
my
pilgrims
faithful.
that you could preach to.
Yes, bring me to my flock. Yes. All is going according plan to Yendor. Yeah.
Keep saying that.
So yeah, the rest of you, Whiskey and Edward Ratcatcher, come back with like a person dressed in rags and screaming to be worshipped as a god and occasionally cursing the lady in blue. Yeah.
So we
Bastard
met
big
this
look.
guy.
Why have you brought us a crazy man?
He might know something about what's going on around here.
Because if he was dangerous, I wanted him to attack when there's more of us than just the two of us.
If you worship me, maybe I shall provide a bounty. Grovel at my feet.
All right.
Everyone is kind of like looking at one another, like, huh?
I take O'Cluck and place him at the guy's feet.
Was that the chicken?
That's the goose.
That's the goose. All right, the goose is there, kind of. Yes, a delicious bounty.
No, this is your worshiper.
What? It
Yes,
looks like it looks like we should pluck its feathers and
he's a holy creature. Oh my! Oh, blasphemy!
All right, roll personality.
Sam the shoemaker would like to offer the crazy guy some rations.
Oh yeah, he devours them. You mark off a day
There
of
you go.
rations.
Yeah.
He's very...
17.
Oh God, what have I done? I've not recognized a fellow god in the pantheon. I am sorry, oh blessed mother goose.
They're in disguise.
Yes, I see that now. As a god, I can see through divine illusions. I was tricked for but a moment. Yes, I shall repay. You have blessed me with your presence, oh Mother Goose. Take this map. It shall lead you to a wonderful bounty of the gods. It is you look at it, it is a crude map showing a path through a forest leading to a dark structure, but off in the forest, off to the side, there's an X.
Mother Goose appreciates your bounty and we'll return it in time.
Yes, I must go and meditate and before I consort with my beautiful concubine goddesses, 1,000 of them. Yes. Starts cackling and goes off into the bamboo forest.
Thank God he can't gender geese for shit.
Mm-hmm. So, do you follow the map, which goes off the beaten path, or are you going straight to the structure?
I say we trust the crazy guy's map. I like the feel of it.
Sure.
All right, who's leading the way? Who's navigating? Only one character can do that, and it's an intelligence
Whiskey.
check. All right, make an intelligence check, Whiskey.
He's not necessarily intelligent, but he's strong-willed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1.
A natural one?
Not a
No,
natural.
that's a 2 modified down to
okay.
a 1.
Well, it's still not great. Yeah, let's see here. You definitely get lost. And let's see.
How do we lose the giant building?
Well, I mean, you still see the building, but you're just now in the woods. Like you don't find the X. And what you do find though is a let's see here, Whiskey. And let's see here. AC attack +1. Okay. What's his AC?
8.
All right, a giant spider leaps out from the woods, and it stings you. It has 8 legs. It resembles a giant wolf spider, and it inflicts 2 let's see here, damage and make a fort save.
Wow, that's the only thing he has a positive modifier. 11.
That is not good enough. He is paralyzed.
He's
is
also
he-
dead. So.
Okay, yeah. So he falls over. And yeah, all of you can roll initiative because that was its surprise round. Weirdly enough, the giant spider lurking in the odd socks of
On the
bamboo.
brush.
Yeah. Oops, so there was
Oh
three.
my God.
Sorry. It's oh, that's okay. I got
That's
a
my
10.
initiative.
All right, yeah. You need to beat an 11 to go before the spider.
Apparently, my people are very motivated. 2020 and 19.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go first with everybody. We'll start with Squirrel because Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Whiskey, no.
Mm-hmm. So you
Spud's
have to
gonna
recover
launch-
the body in order to make that check. Yeah. All right. So yeah, what are you all doing?
I mean, they're all launching themselves at the spider. Well, no. So I'm gonna take. So on this turn, Spud and Edgar are gonna launch themselves at the spider. Duncan's gonna try to maneuver around the spider in the woods to like get a better like a
To flank
surprise
it?
attack on the
Okay. Okay. So he doesn't attack. You don't have to roll for that. He's just running. All right.
Okay.
Make your 2 attack rolls.
Spud's hits as always, or Spud's gets a.
Yeah. The AC is
14.
13, so you need to get
Okay,
a 13.
Spud's hit. Yeah, 13.
All right. Roll damage.
God damn, Spuds. You're the only one worth
Farmers,
a damn.
man.
6.
Damn. All right. What weapon is he using?
The pitchfork.
Yeah, he just impales that fucking giant spider and kills it in one shot. Yeah, it explodes in goo, like bright yellow greenish goo. It's pretty gross. Yeah. Yeah, just right through the thorax, right through the abdomen, and yeah, it is quite dead.
Okay, check on Whiskey.
Grief.
Yeah. So
What is it?
Yeah.
He got a 10, which is equal to his current level.
Yeah, equal or less. Yeah, he is alive
My
now.
God. But he's also paralyzed.
Yeah, he's still paralyzed. Let's see how long he's paralyzed.
I think it is 1 HP.
Yeah, let me get up. So he's paralyzed for an hour. That's from the venom.
Onto the donkey he goes.
I was gonna say, strap him to the doggy.
All right, so he also he recovers to 1 hit point. The character is groggy for the next hour, -4 penalty. Well, that doesn't matter because he's not doing anything. He sustains a permanent injury reflected on -1 permanent penalty to strength, agility, or stamina. But it's randomly determined. So let's just roll again. So stamina, lose a point of stamina.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
He's
So
down
yeah,
to 14. That was his best stat.
yeah. So you can try. Someone can try to find the spot, or you could just go ahead to the structure.
What was it
I think
you
at
needed
this
to roll?
point, Spud is going to take the map from Whiskey's body and see if he can do it.
Okay. Is I assume no one's objecting.
No, it's fine.
All right.
17.
All right. 17.
Oh my God.
You find an area of dirt that has clearly been dug up and reburied, disturbed ground. So someone has a trowel, right?
Edgar, do your thing. He's got a shovel and a trowel. He is
Yeah.
ready for this.
Cool.
Got a shoehorn.
All right. So let's find out what you find. All right. Let's see how many items there are. There's 2 items. And the first item is 2, and they have a lot of tables. All right. So you find a suit of leather armor.
Spud is taking that.
All right. That's a 1 and D6. And a longbow or crossbow.
Who was the character that went with me to meet the crazy guy?
That was-
It's a longbow.
Ratcatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was
I'll give the
Ratcatcher.
longbow to Ratcatcher.
Now you still
Okay.
only have like however
Thanks.
many arrows you haven't fired yet, so however
Thanks.
many arrows you haven't fired yet. So yeah, you only have a handful of arrows from the person who bought some earlier or stole some earlier. So you have a
Right.
longbow though. They did not have arrows with it. Yep.
Well, the two people who have arrows are Whiskey and the guy with the short bow
Mhm.
who stole it.
Yeah, Sam the Unlucky. He's got 3 arrows left.
Okay.
I think longbow better than shortbow, so maybe trade up and maybe distribute some of Whiskey's as well.
I mean, Whiskey sucks at firing, and he's got like
And he can't protest at the moment, so we're handing
no,
them
he's
out.
paralyzed. You can pick all of his arrows. He's got like 10 arrows.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Well,
Leave him 3 just in case. Leave me 3 just in case.
Yeah.
okay.
He's gonna die
So-
soon anyway.
7 arrows for the guy with the longbow, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, you continue forward, and let's see here. We get to roll
Stats
weird.
for armor for Spud.
Oh yeah, leather armor. That was a armor. Leather gives you +2 AC and a -1 to -1 to like stealth and climbing check. Check penalty is check penalty applies to climb, jump, balance, swim, move silently, and other physical activities. So, but yeah, +2 to AC.
Got it.
And yeah. So let's see here. Let me pull this up. You continue on. Unfortunately, your luck does not hold up. Let's see here. As you press forward. Let's 3. All right, cool. There is
Did you catch the
Who-
miracle on... Sorry,
sorry.
you first.
No, you first. Yeah.
Okay, did you catch the miracle of the bridge, the invisible bridge? When you asked everyone to roll fort checks against sickness, we had 3 nat 20s.
Oh, okay. So they all recovered.
Everyone
everybody
recovered.
healed. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's great. Yeah, they're feeling great. Once you step in, yeah, they're feeling great. You just need a breathe. Just need a bit of time to stop marching. But yeah, as you're going through the forest straight to the structure, who is up front, or are all of you walking shoulder to shoulder?
Well, somebody needs to trade out with Whiskey, I think. Reluctantly, one of the attacks guys will do it. I just need to settle on who. I'll say Big steps up. He's leading this expedition.
Okay.
So,
Give me an intelligence check for him.
all right. That's somewhat good, but not enough to a bonus. So just straight 1d20.
Mhm.
He's very intelligent, though, clearly.
Okay, so you're moving through the bamboo forest. You're watching through. It's easy with the structure is so tall. It's a perfect landmark, so you don't have to navigate. But now that you saw that giant fucking spider, you got your eyes peeled for other things. And as you're looking ahead, you see some of these. There's other vegetation too. Not but like there's this like 5.5 feet tall bush that then you realize it has a vaguely humanoid feminine form, like a thorn bush twisted into a humanoid shape. And then it opens its eyes with bizarrely natural blue human eyes. Roll initiative. Just that
Oh
character.
dear.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 11.
All right, you get to go first. What is your action?
Light an oil lantern and toss it.
An oil flask.
Yeah.
What do you have to light it with? You don't have a torch.
You said. Oh, okay. I think you said we could light it, but
you could, but you don't have a light of. You can't like. You'd have to.
I need.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't think we need to get that. But yeah. Then I guess I will have to turn to run to warn the others. Like,
Okay.
oh my god, there are bush people! There are bush people here!
All right. So it is. There's only seems to be one of it. But yeah, she's charges forward. So give me the agility check, DC 10, to run away without getting hit.
16.
All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll do a new initiative for everybody now versus the woven woman. That's what this thing
Wait.
is. Yeah.
Has it been an hour?
No.
Okay, so Whiskey is still.
Yep.
paralyzed.
All right. Roll 20. Let's see here. Did I get roll? I just rolled another 7. All right, cool. You need to beat a 7. We'll do. Looks like all your characters make it weird, so we'll do you first.
Oh, mine did too.
Okay, we'll do weird first. So, what do you want to do?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
want to attack the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Its
so I
AC
guess-
is 9.
I guess we're just gonna run up and all of us melee it.
Mhm.
Not great.
Looks like yeah, unless that guy it has AC 9. It's actually easy to hit, so you
Yeah.
got at least one hit on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Just the one hit though.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're rat catcher again.
Okay.
Another bitch. Weapon now. Okay, so 2 minus 1 would be 1. So again,
Okay. Weirdly enough, it's still intact. It is still up and about. Cool. We'll do. Let's see here.
I have 2 who go.
All right. Yeah.
before.
Go and go, Scribbly.
That would be then Snadger and Puck. Do we still need to keep a track of the animals? In that case, Snadger has put himself on that duty permanently.
No, because it like you're on the ground, right? They're not going to run over an invisible bridge, and they're going to. The animals are not going to let you. I mean, if one of you gets killed or something like that, it'll panic.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, Snadger will run over with his oil flask and go to whoever has the lantern, I
Mhm.
guess,
Okay.
and light it there.
Okay. Give me a DC 10 agility check to do all that in this round and still be able to throw it.
That's a nat 1.
Okay. Give me a. You obviously lose the flask. Both you and the person holding the lantern give me a DC 10 reflex save.
okay.
Who has the lantern? I think it was unlucky.
Yeah, Sam the Unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I make it. Snadger. We're both fine.
All right, so you both drop the lantern and flask before you both catch on fire. So, yeah, you've lost the lantern though for sure, and that flask. All right.
Really? Lantern
Yep.
should be made of metal.
Well, you drop it on the ground and it's covered in burning oil, so it's going to be burning for a while if you want to.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It might have.
We can extinguish it once we're done fighting this horrible plant woman.
Yeah.
And Puck Downey is pitchfork away.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, that's it. That hits.
Unless this was a mounted attack, in which case he'd be at -2.
Well, he's not mounted.
Well, actually, he'd be at -4 or something because of his luck.
Oh,
He has that sign thing. But it's a
Yeah.
pitchfork, so that's great. That's -2, so 4 damage.
Okay, it's still up.
Oh my.
Yep. And let's see here. Squirrels doing how many of your characters got above a 7?
All of my characters.
All right. Well, they all get to go.
So I'm gonna have Spud and Edgar attack straight up, but Duncan is gonna try to take Spud's iron spike and use it to kind of plant the woven woman so that if she moves too much, she starts doing damage to herself.
Okay, like
Stick it through her feet.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a called shot. That'll be -2.
Okay. So I'll do the other guys first.
Okay.
One is a -1, one is a +1.
Mhm.
This one's a -1, this one's a plus. Dice Bot is thinking.
Uh-oh. We've been using them too much.
I didn't even see your input go in.
Oh, it still says it's sending command.
Oh yeah, I just tried to roll a thing and it's doing the same thing. No, come on, Dice Bot.
No.
Why are
You
you
got
doing
this,
this?
Dice Bot. You've been so nice today.
Yeah,
So nice.
it has been.
Yeah, and on mine, I don't see either of your attempted rolls, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, it said that it didn't respond, so I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting some Discord things too. Just
Yeah, mine's saying that there's one new message received, and that's nothing is happening.
all right. You know what I can do is go. Let's see. Google Dice Roller. All right. I can roll D20 for you.
All right, 2 d20s.
Whoa!
Well,
Are you sure?
yeah. Let's see here. Let's.
That was one net failure.
Yep. So yeah, one got a natural 1, and one got an 11. So he got the crit failure.
That would be Edgar.
And what was he using?
A shovel as a staff.
Okay. Oh my god, I want to remove all of these.
Plus minus maybe.
I mean, yeah. I guess that's just keeps adding on dice. I don't want to roll it. All right. A 14 on his fumble check. Cool. Fumble. Like a turtle on the back, you slip and land upside down, flailing about, unable to right yourself. You slip on some mud. You must fight from a prone position for the next round before you can recover your balance and rise. So you don't hurt yourself, but you just slam hard onto your back, and it's not good.
Nice.
So the 11, who is that?
That is Spud.
What was his total roll? Was it
So that would be a 10.
10? That hits. Roll damage.
All right.
God, if Spud kills her.
He's OP, man.
Oh yeah, so yeah, let me roll for it. What damage is it?
8.
D8 -1.
D8 -1, all right. D8 -1, so 2 damage. Believe it or not, it's still up.
7 damage taken so far. Oh my.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Duncan's trying to do the iron spike into its leg. Or
Okay, yeah.
try
All right,
to-
I'll just look at the D20. That's a miss, I would imagine.
Yes.
All right, so that's all the characters that had an initiative higher than 7. So it gets to go. It's going to go after the one who did the most damage to it, the one with the pitchfork.
Well, actually, I think I had some characters with initiative higher than 7. I didn't speak up really loud. Although did it ever go through though? I thought it did.
Well, it's going to attack, and then any remaining characters can go. So yeah.
Okay.
Was it attacked by 2 pitchforks?
Who's the one who did the big hit? The one with like 4 damage.
I think that was Puck.
All right, so this is going after Puck. So that is a natural 10 plus 1.
That's a hit.
All right. So I will roll. It's a D3 damage. So I'll take the D6 and divide it by 2. So that's 2 damage, and give me a fort save. This DC 14. So you have a horrible itching disease. It won't manifest for. Actually, it's a D12. Let me go in there. So for in a day, you'll develop this itching disease. So probably by the time this adventure is over, so you'll get horrible scratching and a rash from it. But you take 2 damage. Is the Puck still up?
Yes, he's my hunkalunk. He has 5 hit points.
Yep. Well, he has 3 now. All right. Are there any characters left?
Yeah, my guys. I don't believe my guys have gone this round yet.
Okay. This is still the first round.
Yeah,
right.
Bostabig and Kaja. We're people's arming it here because none of us have died.
Okay.
So,
all right. So Yeah. Weird. So
Yeah.
so you have two characters left that haven't let me try.
Four
Oh, okay.
characters.
Oh, you got your we got dice bot back. Dice
Yeah,
parser.
4 characters hadn't gone. So,
Yeah.
you know, what's the DC or the AC to hit?
9.
Okay, so 3 of them hit then.
Okay. Roll damage.
Okay, let's see.
Actually, it has 1 hit point left since you did that. Since you hit at least once, it's dead.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
So yeah. You rip it apart with your pitchforks and knives. It is
Peasant mob.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And you continue forward and you get to the structure. Because there's nothing between you now, and you don't need to, you shouldn't wander through the forest too much. So as you get closer, the structure begins to take form. Soon you see it clearly. It is a 300-foot tall monolith covered in 50-foot long thorns. It looks not so much as constructed as grown, like some sort of massive seed pod. There is an entrance, though, a 60-foot tall double doors with a giant latch. So there is a gap under the door tall enough for all of your characters to crawl under easily, but the door is so massive it would take the force of a giant to push it open. So
Or say a titan.
Yep, exactly. So all of you crawl under because inside you see that this is a single huge room, a massive organic shape like the inside of some colossal hive. Light shines down from holes within the ceiling, and glowing creatures fly about in the distant expanse, throwing strange green lights across the floors and walls. Reclining against the far wall, opposite the door, is a massive creature that looks like it would be 60 feet tall if it stood up. It has red-brown fur and the head, face, and trunk of a giant predatory beast. The creature is snoring, rattles your heart in your chest. Hanging above it from what appears to be a massive tree branch growing from the inside of the wall is a domed cage of woven wood more than 100 feet off the ground. From this angle, you can't see inside the cage. And yeah, as you looking, all of you crawl in and look around, and yeah. Let's see here. Who is last to enter the prison?
I assume Whiskey since he's on the donkey.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
Team Tactics kind of leading. So.
Oh yeah, the donkey does not want to crawl under the thing, right? Like, that is going to be a personality check from someone to get the donkey to like crawl under the door.
We could just unload it and park it outside.
Okay.
All right, that way it can survive.
Yeah. So, all right. So Whiskey is brought in last, and let's see here.
I assume he's finally awake.
Yeah, he's groggy but awake. Yeah. And as he finally crawls through, still working off the poison, all of you are looking around this place. Yeah, a giant tendril snakes out from behind all of you and grabs Whiskey and grabs him and pulls him up. All of you, Whiskey screams or yells in fear, and all of you can see a giant pumpkin with a head on it, with a face on it, like a giant jack-o'-lantern with tendrils growing out of the top of where it's connected. It is very tall, very large, and it is dangling. It is crawling back up the wall like a spider. It has a baleful green flame that can be seen through its eyes and mouth. And it is Whiskey, you can give me a strength check, DC 18.
He's got a nice +0.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
God.
Oh no, he didn't, because doesn't he have like a negative? Oh no, I guess that's past his like negative time.
That's past.
Did he
He was rolled over, but
yeah, then that was a penalty to stamina.
Okay, so then he's fine. Yep.
All right. So as he's pulling up, Whiskey barely, with a burst of adrenaline, manages to rip free and drop to the ground. And let's see here. That's yeah. And it gets to attack again because it gets 2 acts around, so it's going to grab you again. And what is your AC?
8.
He still grabs you. Grabs you with another tendril, and you only get 1 escape
I
attack.
pull out, and as I'm falling, a different tendril grabs me.
Yeah, basically.
No!
So, Whiskey, you're dangling in the air. The rest of you see this thing.
Initiative?
Yeah, initiative. You need to beat a 21.
Oh,
Does Whiskey roll? Oh, I can't.
Yeah. No, Whiskey can roll. It's just that's when his escape attempt will happen.
Yeah, I did not make 21.
I'm going last.
Yep.
Not even-
All right. So it is going to go first. Then it draws the victim back. It draws Whiskey back and throws them into its mouth. It does. The green flame burns Whiskey and does a point of damage as you start screaming. And on your action, you can try to escape if you're still alive.
Oh no, ain't no actions. He got rolled over, and he had.
Oh yeah,
point.
still 1 hit
This
point.
is
So yeah,
the end of Whiskey McGulligan.
Yeah.
He burns like whiskey.
So
Eaten
yeah,
by green flame.
and the creature starts to talk. It's like, you are all not supposed to be here. I would like you kindly to leave. This is a prison, and I must keep the prisoner imprisoned. Do you understand? So that's its first action. It gets another action at the end of the round. But yeah, let's see here. It looks. We'll just do this by player because you all get to go now. So we'll start with Scribbly. What do your characters want to do?
Buster Big Human will take out the sling and say, "For my better destiny," and start, pelting it with the stones from his sack of stones.
Okay, AC 14.
All right. I think he's the only one who can actually reach it since it's
Yeah.
up on the wall, unless the pitchforks can reach, in which case.
I mean, if you throw the pitchfork.
No. Oh my! That's, I think, 19.
All right, that hits. Roll damage.
And that's a 1d4.
Mm-hmm.
So 2.
Okay. A little pebble strikes it and knocks off some of its flesh. Or its pumpkiny hide, the gourd. Is that all your characters?
Like I have.
They can do other things, like, I don't know, look around for an exit or a way to get to the cage, or.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I'll have Snadger start looking around for where to go.
Okay. They'll find something at the end of the round, so yeah.
And I guess if you can ready actions or anything, I don't think you can, but maybe.
You can, yeah.
Cadger and Puck will kind of like form a not phalanx, but spear wall with the pitchforks to protect Buster Big. If it comes for him, they'll stab with the pitchforks because this is the natural enemy of farmers. Crops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sentient crops.
So you're protecting the slinger, right? Yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. All right, cool. Squirrels, what are y'all doing?
Well, my ranged weapon just disappeared into the gullet of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what's gonna happen is Edgar's gonna try to throw his trowel at the creature.
Okay.
Spud is gonna look for anything that can be any like spears or anything around the area that can be used as a weapon.
Mhm.
And Duncan is gonna make his way, since he's little and hard to notice, towards the cage and see if he can do so.
Well, the cage is up at the top, right? Like you're
okay.
inside a dome, and it's like over 100 feet in the air.
Got it.
Yeah.
Then he is going to I guess he'll pick up a rock and throw it too.
Just throwing a
No,
rock's
he
not
doesn't
going
have
to
his
do
plate.
anything.
Never mind.
Yeah.
He'll also look for something that he can use as well.
Okay. Yeah. I'll let you know at the end of the round. That happens automatically. You don't have to roll for that.
Okay.
But the
So
trowel
only
is at a
Edgar throwing the
negative.
trowel.
The trowel's at a -2 to hit because it's a trowel and it's long range for a trowel.
That is a 1 after modifications.
Okay, after modifications. So yeah, the trowel ineffectually lands far away from the giant pump. I'm just going to let you know the creature's name is Cur Maxima. So it falls far away from Cur Maxima. CUR Maxima. So yeah, you do not hit the giant pumpkin monster. So moving on to weird. What are all of your peasants going to be doing?
Yeah, Sam the Unlucky will try to shoot at it with his longbow. Sam the Shoemaker and Eric the Cheese Guy are going to look for something to throw at it. And Edward the Ratcatcher tries to convince it that it owes us Weregild for the companion it's already killed.
Okay. Well, all right. Yeah. The creature only says to that automatically fails because you're continuing to attack it. If you tried to stopped attacking and tried to parlay, maybe, but like it says, well, you're continuing to attack me, so I feel you have invaded my work area and you have trespassed, and I have a duty to protect this area from trespassers. So I'm sorry, I cannot help you. Yeah, roll your attack on your bow.
Sure.
We'd probably still attack it, but it would feel a lot more reasonable if it hadn't just eaten a guy.
10 does not. Yeah, the 10 glances the arrow glances off the gored hide without damaging it. It is fairly thick.
What was the AC now again?
14. So the characters searching the chamber do not find any weapons, but they do find a breach in the wall that reveals a tunnel. It looks like this dome. So imagine a big dome, right? Like, and you're inside of it, and like a beehive or something like that. And inside the walls of the hive are tunnels that look like they go up. So you have to go through. You have to climb up inside the walls of this thing to get to the cage. Anyways, it gets one more act, and it's going to go after the archer because it's not being guarded by
such a fancy term. Okay, sure, he's an archer. Technically.
Well, he has a bow.
I know.
So he gets a 12 on his attack roll.
AC 10. So that's not great for Sam the Unlucky.
All right, he gets grabbed.
And unlucky.
Very unlucky. Let's see here. You can try to break free by dropping the bow and DC 18 strength check.
Sure, I'll try.
Mm-hmm.
DC 18 strength check.
Oh my!
Plus
this is
1.
not Maximus Day.
Yeah.
So I'm not that 20.
Well, you had to drop the bow, so it's on the ground.
Okay.
And actually, it probably gets, honestly, it would probably get, I'll just say it grabs you in the torso. You drop the bow in order to, so it clatters to the ground and you manage to force it open. You're real slippery. You're all sweaty. Anyways, there is a secret door. And you just have to shove some debris aside and you can run in. It's basically, if you think of it as a clock, the giant is at 1 o'clock and you're at 6 o'clock and the secret passage is at 9 o'clock. And the Cur Maxima is basically above the door or sort of climbing around that area. So most of your characters are still clustered by the door around 6 o'clock. But if you go to 9 o'clock, you can get inside the secret passage, which is too small for the giant pumpkin monster to go through, although its tendrils would definitely fit. But yeah. So new round. It gets to go again. It gets 2 actions, one at the beginning, one at the end. So it's going to grab the archer again. And that is an 11. Does that still hit?
Yep, AC 10. Yep.
All right. You can give up. You can make another strength check.
Okay, yeah. I drop something else or just make a strength
No,
check?
it's just your action for the round.
All right. Okay. 17.
It does
Spend a
not
luck.
make
Spend a luck.
All right. Yeah, how close was it? What was it? What did it
DC
mean?
18. Yeah, if you burn one
Yeah.
point of luck, you'll make it. All right.
We burn 1 point of luck.
All right.
Whiskey greased it up for us.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what are all of you going to do?
Burn luck.
For my guys, Duncan and Spud are going to make their way through the tunnels that they found.
Okay. So
to
they're
make
out
it
of the
way
fight. We'll deal with them later, but like,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah.
And Edgar, does this thing look like it has like a root or some kind of base? Like a root
No, it
system,
is
or
like a
something?
free pumpkin. Like the roots are the tendrils are coming out of its like head, the little top.
Well, in the off chance that this is some unholy monster, Edgar is going to take his very precious vial of holy water and throw it at the beast.
All right, roll attack. -2 because it's up on the wall and it's got reach on you, and it's yeah.
That's 10.
That misses.
Can I spend 2 luck?
You need to spend 4 luck.
I'll do it.
All right, it does nothing.
Yes.
It is not a demon or an undead. Yeah.
It is.
It's
some
wet, though,
secret
now.
third thing.
It is wet. You're right. You did make it wet. All right. So that character's there. And
I mean, it could have been a demon. It just turns out it's not.
yeah. Scribbly, what are you gonna do?
Sling away.
Okay. Are the 2 others guarding
Die,
it?
foul demon. Despite that, I saw that's a 15.
All right, that hits. Roll damage.
Just plinking away at this thing. That's another 2.
All right. It's taken 4 damage so far.
Wow.
I'll say that my peasant squadron protecting the tax collector is going to have a brainwave, and Kadra is going to toss a bottle of oil at it, having seen water doing nothing.
Okay.
So I just want to cover it in oil.
Yeah,
instead.
it's a -2 because you're at range.
Yep. And that's 13. I'll spend a luck, I guess.
All right. Part of it is covered in oil now.
Yeah. So Kadra has -1 luck.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Actually, no. I think. Let me check something on Kadra.
Oh, does it?
Kadra has all attack rolls +1 because of his lucky sign. I don't need to spend luck.
Okay, good. Great.
So yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Who is next? Has anybody got any characters that haven't done anything? If you go out into the side passage, you're out of the combat. So, yeah.
Well, so
I'll say that Puck lights his torch.
Okay, yeah. If you had a torch already, yeah, you can get it out. And do you have flint and steel?
No, we'll have to retrieve the. We would have to have retrieved the lantern.
Oh yeah, you did retrieve the. Well, yeah, you did have time to retrieve the lantern. It's damaged though, and it doesn't start fire. The fire is put out like by that. Like that was the only way you could retrieve it was to get the fire out. To put the fire out, right? Like
yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have any way to make fire quickly.
We could have lit something on fire while we put the fire out, and then lit the lamp again once it was safe.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
If we would only have one source of fire, I think we would.
Burn off another flask in order to have relight the lantern.
Fine.
I mean,
I have 3 left now.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you do all that. You light the torch. That's all you can do this round. Okay. So
I still got all 4 of mine. So like Sam the Unlucky, he was the one that got grabbed twice and dropped twice. I'm not sure if you can do much this turn. If you can do something, you'd like to pick up the bow and shoot it.
No. Yeah. You're
okay.
Just all you can do is do that. So
okay, then Sam the Shoemaker would like to stand because he's trying to be a hero. So not Sam the Unlucky. He's trying to pick up his bow. Sam the Shoemaker wants to be a hero and protect Sam the Unlucky while he gets his bow together and stands up. And Sam the Shoemaker yells to Eric and Edward for them to run to the passage to get out of here.
Okay. So what is he doing exactly? So he's yelling at them to you can do that as a free action. So what is he physically doing?
Sam the Shoemaker, I guess he's just preparing to defend the other Sam the Unlucky, against him getting picked up again. So that means Sam the Shoemaker's got his goofy little what's he got? He's got an owl that he's using as a dagger. That's what he's got.
Okay. All right, so yeah, the Kurt Maxima is going to change tactics, and he is just going to squash you since you're yelling and making a new. So yeah, that hits with a 20.
Oh dear.
7 damage, I imagine, puts you down.
Oh my god, he's so
Yep.
dead.
All right. So new round, it gets to make an attack again, and it is going to go after who put the what do you call it? Light the torch.
That would be Puck.
All right, so he's going to use one of his tendrils that is not covered in oil and lash out at you. All right,
That's
so that's
a hit.
yep. And that is 12 damage.
Puck is very out of commission.
Yep. All right. Yeah, if you want to roll over a body, you have to get to them. And so it has lost its patience. No more theatrics. It's just going to start squashing people now. So yeah. Scribbly, what are you going to do?
I have one guy who hasn't done anything, and that's Snadger.
Mhm.
He was at the tunnel, so he'll just have crawled up that, I guess.
Yep. He's in the tunnels. We'll deal with all of them in a second. Yeah.
Weren't there some other people also at the tunnels?
Yeah, just keep track of which characters are in the tunnels. When they're in the tunnels, we'll move on to that. Do you have any characters left in the bottom of the dome?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what are they going to do?
Buster Big Human is gonna be backing a bit off and doing another roll, while Codger is going like, "No, Puck!" and grabbing the torch and flinging it at the thing.
Okay. Throwing a torch is a -2. It's not.
Let's do that first then.
Okay.
That's a total miss.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sling, and that's even worse, but not a crit fail.
All right.
We got a bit unnerved by the whole, instantly murdering us.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah. So, moving on to the squirrels. Are your guys in the tunnel now?
I still have Edgar in there.
In the dome.
Yeah.
All right. What's he gonna do?
Realizing that are we committed to this, guys?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
I was kind of asking the other players, but he's going to be like, I was just trying to feed you with the water. Take pity on us. Come on, don't you just want to talk?
Okay, yeah, he can roll personality.
All right. That is a 15.
All right, it turns to you and says, look, I'll let you crawl out the door. I won't attack you if you just go to the door and leave.
I mean, I was thinking you might be lonely. Don't you want to talk? Don't you want to? I'm trying to distract him now to let everybody else get
It stops listening to you. Like, it is not going to be distracted. Like, it gave you an offer and moved on to murdering everyone. It is. Got a it's got a job and it's going to do it.
Darn it, a competent enemy, our worst adversary.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you yelled that talking's a free action. What do you want to go into the secret passage, fight it?
I'm gonna run for the secret passage.
All right, you get the secret passage. You're in the secret passage. So finally, weird.
Yeah, so my team's all broken up about the dead Sam the Shoemaker, I guess. But so we're all in the secret passage now, right? Or is that where we're still? Because that's
if your character's already in the secret passage, yeah, they're fine.
Okay,
do you have anyone left alive in the dome?
Well, Sam the Unlucky hadn't had a chance to run yet, so now he just watched Sam the Shoemaker die, just horribly right next to him. So
just
Sam
got
the Unlucky
punted, just
running.
squashed. Yeah. All right. So
Yeah,
if he's just running to the secret passage, the Cur Maxima is focused on the characters actually fighting it.
Yeah.
So I can get there. So I believe that's all the characters. Right. So it is going to go after the Slinger because
No!
it has actually inflicted damage on it. So yeah. A 12. Does that hit?
That's included the 5 there in the roll.
I know. Yeah. So I looked at 7 plus 5.
Isn't that included in the roll? The plus 5 there?
1d20 plus 5. That's its attack bonus is plus 5. So you roll a 7, he got 5, so it hits AC 12.
Yeah. I mean that's a hit. I was just wondering if the roll there included the 5. So
Yeah, it has there in there. Like I actually added it this time.
Oh, okay. I see. So
Yeah. All right.
Above.
He gets hit with a tendril the size of him. Basically, it is.
Yeah, I think he's dead no matter what. He's like 3 HP.
5 damage.
Yeah, he's down.
All right, he's down. New round. Who's left in the dome?
Kadra Crackledorn is there.
And anybody else? All right. Guess who's the attacking? Only a 9.
That I think that misses him, but I have to check.
Okay.
Yes, that misses him.
All right, Krakador is down there alone with the giant pumpkin monster that is intent on murdering you all. Are you going into the secret passage?
I'm going for the torch.
Yep. Oh, you're going for the torch. All right. Yeah, go ahead and give me
damned plant monster.
Okay.
So
-2 on your attack roll. You need to hit a 14.
Yes.
Plant monsters, am I right?
That's a nat 1. I'm on fire. You can't touch me if I'm on fire.
Yeah. Let's see here. Only a 2. You trip. You give me a DC 10 reflex save.
Okay, and that's 14.
All right, you stand on your feet, but you stumble. All you still have the torch in hand. So just you versus the giant Maxima, the giant pumpkin monster, and it gets 2 attacks around. Yeah, we'll find out.
Survive 2 more attacks, it'll be fine.
Yeah, basically. 16, that hits you.
Yes, it does. So
yeah,
let's roll that sweet strength check. For 2.
Oh my god, I can't roll a 2. Oh no, I used the. Oh yeah, I got 8.
That was my roll for strength to.
Oh no, he's not grabbing people anymore. He's just squashing them. Yeah, it can grab, but he decided it was actually
inefficient.
Expedient.
It's like they're not. Yeah, he was doing that as more psychological warfare to scare you away, and like when you're like, no, we must kill. It's like, okay, fine, squash.
I blame Boston Human.
Yeah. All right. That's 8 damage.
Yeah, he's down.
All right. So, how many characters? Okay. So, Scribbly, how many of your characters actually made it in the secret passage?
Snadger, who got there first.
Okay. So you have 1 character left. All right.
Yes.
Squirrel, how many of your characters made it?
I have 3 characters in the tunnel.
Okay. So you have 3 characters in the tunnel. Okay. Cool. And Weird.
I've got 3 left alive.
All right, 1, 3, and 3. Okay, for 7 left. All right, cool. So yeah, you can all hear from inside the tunnel, the chamber that you find yourself in. The Maxima is ripping apart the remains of your fallen friends, or allies, and very loudly but politely yelling, "This is what happens to intruders! I am pulling this one, the one with the sling, limb from limb.
No, my destiny!"
Yeah, well, that was his destiny. So that's just going on. So there's no chance to recover those bodies because they are all being
used as psychological warfare against this.
But yeah, you're inside the chamber in the wall. You push past the debris and find yourself in a gloomy chamber that smells like autumn leaves after a heavy rain. The chamber is lit by several of the same strange glowing creatures you saw in the main chamber, contained in hand-woven cages. So basically, you have these little glowing bugs is used as ambient light that hang in the center of the room. The room is full of debris, and walking across it will be difficult. To your far left, you see a shadowy passageway, slightly curved as it runs along the interior wall of the huge chamber you just left. In several places down the wall, a tiny breach allows a ray of strange light from the main room to shine in. Let's see, this module has several maps actually. Yeah, so it's curving around, and you can sort of peer down that hallway or that chamber, and you can see it going into a hallway, and which is darker. But I mean, there's some, and then you can see light up ahead. And let's see here. Yeah. What do you all want to do? So there's only one way forward, it looks like, but you can search. You can, yeah. Yeah.
I guess
Search.
try to get our bearings. Edgar will search around the room or the hallway, I guess.
Specifically, Eric the cheese guy wants to search first.
Okay. Yeah, you both realize there are two people watching you in the shadows of this chamber. They're dressed in rags. They looked unhinged. One who is one of the people's everyone who's searching, roll initiative.
Okay.
Five.
Need to beat a 9.
I
Is
did
anyone-
not.
Okay.
I got a 9, just barely.
All right. Cool. Then you get to go first. One lashes out to attack you with a makeshift spear. The other one is running down the hall.
Oh wow, it's a lot happening. Sorry, what are these that are attacking us? Are they people or what?
Yeah, they're people.
Okay.
They're dressed like that madman outside, like in rags,
Oh.
and
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Eric will attempt to defend himself with his.
Yeah, you can attack
small
first. Yeah.
hammer. Yeah.
AC 11. Yeah.
Okay, but also just wondering. I don't suppose there's any secret doors. I only ask because Eric is at +2 to find secret doors.
There are no secret doors.
Not at all. Okay, and also that's gonna be a miss. Just a
All
really
right.
boring miss.
Cool. And then they will roll to attack you. With a natural 1, they fumble. Hey, it happens to both sides.
Finally.
All right. What does that be? And he is very unlucky. So, he has a +1 on that, so he actually got a 15, and he trips and falls on his own spear. And kills himself. So yeah, he's and just falls down, sinking onto the makeshift spear as it yeah. And the other one's running down the hallway. So anyone with a ranged weapon can make an attack roll normally. Anyone with a melee weapon can chase them.
I mean, Edgar was standing next to him. Can he chase him since he was the other one there?
Yeah.
Try to tackle him.
Yeah.
What am I rolling?
You need to get an AC 11.
That is not. That is a 2.
All right, they keep running. So every other character. So Scribbly, your remaining character. What is he going to do?
They were holding a bit back after hearing, listening to the horrible fate of their comrades.
Mhm.
Team Taxes is now Team No More Taxes, which fits because he's a merchant.
Mhm.
And I'll just head down the passageway we're supposed to be going, or at least the
Okay.
only available option we
So
have.
you're not okay. Yeah. All right. You don't ever. Okay. Yeah. You're just going down the hallway. You can give me an intelligence check.
All right. 19 plus something. Maybe.
You notice the sentinel that was is running away from you. He's going towards. You can see in the distance a ladder going up. So there's a vertical shaft up ahead, so that's how you get higher in this area. But he also jumps at a particular spot, and you notice a tripwire.
I'll warn Edward about the tripwire over there.
All right. So Squirrel, do you have any remaining characters who haven't acted yet?
I do. They were farther back, and they don't have ranged weapons. So
Okay.
I guess Duncan will just scream out, "Hey, we just want to talk."
All right. Roll personality.
Okay.
We didn't kill that guy.
DC 16.
Nope.
Yeah.
And
Weirdly
Spud
enough.
will name out for the lady in blue, as I'm gonna make him a paladin apparently,
Okay. Yeah.
in charge.
All right. Yeah. Give me an attack roll. right, that
Attack,
misses.
that would be no.
Yeah. I mean, unless you had a +3 or 4.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got -1.
Yeah, that's not good. In fact, so finally, Scribbly.
Uh,
Or sorry,
Okay.
it's weird. Yeah. bleh.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. So Sam the Unlucky is now Sam the Only because he's the only Sam.
Mhm.
All right. So again, and he does have a ranged weapon and 2 arrows left. I guess he could irresponsibly shoot.
Yeah,
up to
and if you
30.
kill, and you can retrieve the arrows. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. We'll try that.
Okay.
That certainly could work.
Yeah.
Technically.
He's clearly oh yeah, you definitely hit. Roll damage.
Thwap. Okay, so it's a D6 for these things.
Yep.
Okay, 3. Take that.
He falls down, quite dead.
I got him. I got him. So happy.
Yeah, thanks to let's see here, Scribbly's character. You all know about the tripwire trap. And you can retrieve 2 makeshift spears from the 2 dead sentinels. They do a d6 damage. Big, sharp, pointy bamboo sticks, basically.
You guys took them out.
I'll take a spare.
Yeah.
I'll take one if there are ones up for grabs.
Okay, so that's 1 and that's 2. Yeah.
That's right. My characters are not great at combat, really, so it's all good.
Yeah. So yeah, you go through. You can clear the hallway pretty easily. It leads to a vertical shaft, and there are like several ladders. 3 ladders that each lead to a little like platform that has been built from debris and bamboo. Then go up. So you have to climb 3 ladders that go back. Sort of like at a diagonal across there. So there's several tiny holes in the wall, letting in light. Yeah, and it leads up to a chamber. You can't really see what's above, but it leads into some kind of chamber up above. So yeah, what do you want to do?
Okay, so
Send
remind me,
Edgar.
we're supposed to like say a name or something at a certain place to free somebody.
No, we're
No?
looking for someone by a certain name that we can't say.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you did
All
see
right.
the cage at the top of the dome, so
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only really
Yeah, we
one
kinda gotta go
area.
up.
yeah, you have to go up. Yeah,
Well, the good news is, having distributed things fairly evenly, Snatches has a coil of rope and still a flask of oil.
mm-hmm.
So we can do stuff with that. Do we still have the lantern?
Who had the lantern?
Yeah. Sam the Only, so we can say we still have it.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not going to begrudge you a lantern.
Yeah. So if we want to set fire to something, well, we have that option.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, why
At this
did
point, you don't hear Kerr Maxima outside. He had to stop rending the bodies of your allies.
Yeah, let's hurry.
why did she tell us the name if we're not supposed to say the name?
Mm.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Are you all going to just be climbing up the ladder?
I mean, we took. Did we dismantle that trap from before?
You can just step over it. Like now that you know it's there, you didn't dismantle it. I mean, you can try to do that if you want.
Let's
I
not
mean,
waste
does
time.
it look like there's anything? Okay, fine. I won't.
It's a
not if it
tripwire
requires
trap.
skill check. Good
Yeah,
God.
you didn't really look at it. You just like it's a tripwire. Don't trigger it. Like that's
Yeah.
Eh,
all right.
we were low on ranged weapons.
I mean that's fair. If you want to, you can, but you don't know what it
No,
does.
I'll just kill my guys. I'll send Edgar up front to go scout.
Okay. Edgar goes up. He is climbing. You don't have to make a checks.
Followed closely by Spud, just in case.
Yeah. So are you just waiting for Edgar to scout up ahead, or are you all just going to start following Edgar?
Edward Ratcatcher starts following Edward.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'll be far enough behind that if somebody suddenly, kicks down the ladder, I won't be in that big of a risk zone.
Mm-hmm.
For me, Edgar and Spud are going ahead. Duncan is waiting behind.
At the bottom of the thing, or
Yeah, just until everybody's gone. He'll go last.
okay.
Eric is also waiting at the bottom, eating some cheese. Time to eat cheese.
Okay. So, who's Edgar was going first?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you climb up the 3 ladders, and you find a long, low chamber with the offensive odor of too many humans living in too small a space. Light comes in from several tiny holes in the wall. Around the room is a ragged group of people. Adults in overworn clothing, unkempt and filthy. There is one dwarf at the far end in ragged as the rest, but wearing a rusty suit of scale mail. The dwarf sits at a low table against the interior wall. His back to the shaft, or yeah, his back is to the shaft. That's right. And there's sleeping pallets around the room, a small cooking area partitioned off by a few circles of blackened rocks, several hanging bundles, and 2 woven cages holding the glowing giant insects you saw in the main chamber. They don't really notice you yet, so your action is probably really important right now. What are you gonna do?
I guess. Well, we just saw them attack us, so I'm gonna assume that they're. I'll warn. I'll hand signal to everybody beneath me to be quiet and try to sneak into. Are there any like alcoves or dark areas in the room?
So looking at the layout of the room, you can see that it goes further beyond. Like there's a chamber behind it, but there's light sort of spilling out from that area. So you're guessing you have to go past this chamber in order to find a way further up. So, yeah. There's no way to sneak around them. It's too crowded. They aren't really paying attention to that. They probably trust the sentinels down there to warn them of intruders. So what is your next action? You sort of hand gestured everybody to hold up a bit, I guess.
I'm warning them that there are people up here and to get ready.
Okay, you can whisper that, and they pass it down. All the player characters pass it down the chain, right? What is your action after that? You're pretty quiet. They don't notice you. Yeah, they're kind of
climb up, step up to the side, prepare to surprise attack.
Okay, yeah. Are you going to surprise attack the dwarf or just one of the closest rando?
He seemed to be the strongest, right?
Like the most he's wearing armor, yeah, and has an axe.
Then let's go for the dwarf. He seems to be the leader.
All right, I'll give you +4 to your attack.
Okay. That would be a 9.
You need a 14 to hit.
I will spend the last of my luck. I will go to 1 luck.
Okay. Roll damage.
Oh man, he's gonna die. That is a 1d4 plus 1. Totally worth it. 3.
All right. Let's see here. The dwarf's
Actually,
name is
4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 4. All right, cool.
The die result was 3, and the total was 4.
Yeah. So 4. Let's see, 9 minus 4. 5, okay. All right, cool. You stab. What was it? A dagger?
It's a shovel.
All right, you bang, just smack the shit out of him. Would have killed a lesser human, but he's a dwarf. He's a hearty man, hearty dude. He is quite just bleeding profusely from a head wound. A group of I'll say there are 5 adults with clubs ready to attack. And yeah, they are quite angry looking. So you're all full. You've cleared the ladder, right? And there's space for 2 more to get up without pushing their way through or getting, at the edge of the little where the clearing up next to where the ladder terminates. So everybody roll initiative.
I do want to know. I don't remember how this works out. I did my math wrong. Edgar has 0 luck now.
Okay, well, it's just -5 to all luck and can't spend luck anymore. So you need to beat a 13 to go above the baddies in the chamber.
Okay. He got a 20.
Hey, okay, gets to go again. In fact, with a natural 20.
Edward Ratcatcher got high enough
Okay.
roll to go before.
Do we remember who was next on the ladder? Was that Edward, Ratcatcher?
It could have been.
All right,
We'll
sure.
say yeah.
All right.
I was sending Spud up behind him, but I don't.
So
want to
we'll do the 20 first. And I'll give you a +2 on your next action because you're rolling that 20 on your thing, on your initiative. Good job. Well, you going to attack Carlos again?
Yeah. Does he wait? So does having 0 luck do anything in this situation?
It's bad.
Oh, okay. I
it's
just
not
didn't remember.
good.
I knew that there was some special rule about being
Other
human.
attributes you'll die if your intelligence or strength is at a 0, but luck, I'm just whatever.
Okay, so you said a +2?
Yeah.
That's a 9, so no.
Nope. Yeah, his AC is 14. He is wearing scale mail, and now that he's alert, he is able to dodge out of the way. So Edward Ratcatcher pops up next.
Yeah, he happens to actually be a dwarf, by the way. I mean, I hadn't specifically mentioned that
Okay, yeah.
on the sheet there. So he this is where he dies because he's gonna see that one other dwarf with armor. He's like, "That's my armor. Give me that armor." So he's got this,
I love it. Yeah,
melee attack with a club.
I'll give you a +1 on this attack roll because you role played well. All right. Oh, you didn't need it
Okay.
either. You fucking totally hit the guy.
Yeah, I did still. I mean, it canceled out my -1. So
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. Here's my awesome damage.
What will?
Edgar do?
Oh,
There we
no.
go. Yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah, but the die roll was 1 anyway, so I got a 1.
Okay, so you do 1 damage. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, he's still alive, weirdly enough. All right, so that was I think 17. Does anyone else have an initiative above 13?
I have 17.
All right, where are you on the ladder? You can be third up the ladder if you want and get into melee.
I don't feel I was third up the ladder, but
Okay. I don't remember. I mean, you don't have to be. You could just be hanging back below.
I mean, from the sound of it, I thought we'd, snuck up while we were undetected, so that we wouldn't be in this situation where we'd have to climb.
It's a
the ladder.
pretty crowded chamber.
Yeah, in which case, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's you can still get up there. I'm gonna say like you push them back a little bit. So I guess anybody who wants to get up the ladder can. You just all no, not everybody. Like I'd say yeah.
Anyway, fuck it, YOLO.
Yeah. Yeah, there's random cannibals with clubs, and then there's the car. Oh yeah, by the way, they're cannibals. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
fun. No, we know.
Well, I miss.
Yep. All right, you miss. So 13. Oddly enough, Carlos is going to go after the guy who hit him with the shovel. He does not care for that particularly. And that is that's an 18 natural, but with a +2 bonus. So yeah, he is definitely going to hit you.
Yeah, with an AC 10, probably.
Yep. And that is oh my god, that is a lot of damage. Possibly. So
It's like axe damage, right?
Yeah, that is 4 damage.
Ha! I only have 1 hit point.
Okay, well it didn't matter. Yeah.
You
All right.
did that extra damage.
Yep. So you collapse, struck in the stomach by a battle axe. He screams gutturally. Let me roll for the. Let's see here. The 2 of the other guys, cannibals rush up and attack each of the other characters up there. So this is for Ratcatcher, miss, and this is for Scribbly's character, also a miss, I imagine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So who is left down in the tunnel, the vertical shaft with the ladders?
I mean, can I bring
guess-
Spud up now since he was?
Okay, yeah, one more character can fit up there. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Then,
actually, yeah.
then-
You could actually get 2 more characters up there since there's a someone fell over. There's more space now. Like he's just on the ground near the edge. So yeah.
Okay, so Sam the Only will climb up.
Okay.
Spud before was right behind Edgar, so he kind of takes Edgar's place, and then
Yeah.
Duncan's still at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay, so Duncan's at the bottom. All right. So go ahead and they can make attack rolls against Carlos.
All right.
That'd be a 6.
All right. 15 will definitely hit unless he has a -2 penalty.
Nope, it's a total of 16 actually.
All right, yeah, he definitely hits Carlos. Dun dun dun.
Nice.
All right,
5.
Carlos falls over. What weapon are you using?
a staff, but it's +1 because his strength modifier is +1.
All right, yeah, he is wearing armor, but his head, his big old dwarven head is unarmored, and it's already been opened up. He already has a split scalp from the shovel, and the staff hits the exact same area, and you all hear a resounding crack as his dwarven skull, which he's pretty malnourished, to be honest. He is not quite battle ready, and he just topples over, and the cannibals are going to make a morale check. Let's see here. Do they have a morale? I think it's like basically it's a 50-50 chance. And they rolled poorly, so they are breaking. But at the end of the round, there's enormous, like, the wall of the vertical shaft explodes in a large section as a giant green tendril reaches forward.
That's not good.
And Kerr Maxima is, let's see here, going to seize Duncan down there at the bottom of the shaft and is going to reach out. He will have a penalty, but he has, I'll say, a -3. So he only has a +2 to hit. And that's a 9. Does that hit?
10. AC
No?
10.
All right. So Duncan's
Nice.
down there trapped as the giant green tendril is reaching out, trying to grab him. So new round. We'll just let the players at the top of the shaft work. The cannibals are frantically this round terrified because their powerful leader has fallen. But they're kind of trapped in this set. Well, they kind of back up, but you realize they don't have anywhere to go away from you. They're cornered because there's only one way up, and that's obviously with the giant monster below you. So you can either try and parlay with them and tell them not to fight, or you could just lash out and try and kill all the able-bodied cannibals.
Edward would like to try to parlay with them with the following. We'll run away now. We'll let you leave, and you can deal with the monster, or we'll kill you.
Okay. If you do this, no one will be able to attack this round because you're all watching to see if the cannibals take the bait or take.
Do I have a say in that?
Yeah.
Because Spud is pretty pissed that they killed Edgar.
All right. Yeah.
Well, Edgar isn't necessarily dead.
Yeah, you can roll him over.
By the way, he is 100% dead. Remember, he had 0 luck.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
right.
He is 100% dead. That's true.
He's so dead.
Yeah.
There is no way to bring him back. So Spud, in the middle of you're like, let's do this piece of Spud charges forward with his pitchfork.
Can Snadger Harvey restrain the blood crazed Spud?
You can try. Yeah. You give me a agility check a strength check to grab him.
That's, I think, 9.
A 9. Is that enough to grab? Is that equal to your AC or higher? Or,
no, my AC is 12.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
so,
actually, no, I don't have a minus on that, so it's a 10.
Okay, yeah. You can't grab onto him before he charges into combat. Or you try to grab on, but he's too strong.
Wait!
Yeah, go make your attack roll. That definitely hits. Roll damage.
Seven.
Oh damn! Yeah, you fucking what weapon are you using?
That's a pitchfork.
Yeah, you just stab him. The spikes or the tines of the pitchfork go through the torso of the guy. You just totally impaled him, and you just pull it out with a smooth motion, ready to attack again. Weird. Your character that tried to negotiate cannot act because they were trying to negotiate. And Scribbly, your one character failed because they tried to restrain. Squirrel's character. Any other characters out there can attack though.
Okay,
Are
well,
there-
I still have one guy who's down on the ground. Eric. the
Oh,
cheese
is he in the vertical shaft or is he?
He
Yeah.
was at the. There was some ladder we climbed up to get up here, right? He was at the
Mhm.
base of that.
Okay. Is he? Oh, so he's the one who was lagging behind.
He's down
I
there
think
with
we have
me.
both
I think it was-
Duncan
I think
and
it was-
Eric.
Oh, Duncan
there
and
was-
Eric are in the vertical shaft. All right, Eric can make an agility check to climb the ladders fast enough to get away from Kerr Maxima.
Yeah, try.
Yeah, and he does, unless he has a substantial penalty to that.
No, yeah, he makes it. He's
Okay.
Total of 14, but yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's good enough. Yeah, so he gets it up there. He's fine.
You bastard!
And he can attack this round.
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna drop a rope for Duncan and start hauling him up, but
Well, Kerr Maxima is sort of between you and Duncan. Like,
rope. Oh, Duncan wasn't standing by the ladder.
I mean, he was at the bottom of the ladder. Like, Kerr Maxima's punched through the wall like Kool-Aid Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the ladder.
Yeah.
Cheese guy only got an 8.
All right,
Yeah.
so you miss.
Yeah.
Okay. So Duncan's at the bottom. You can go back into the hallway where the tripwire is. Not tripping it, but just like out of sight. But he's going to be cut off from the rest of the party.
He's gonna run down the hallway, try to get away from the creature, distracting it. Like, "Save me!" Insert name that I can't pronounce that we learned earlier.
Kerr Maxima. Yeah.
No. That's the
Oh.
bad guy. The
Oh, you're
guy.
gonna do that? Okay, cool. You are now cursed. And
So did your character actually say the name?
Oh, no,
or
yeah. If
Yeah.
you said Drez to make a luck check,
Okay. A luck 11. So am I going above or below?
you want below.
I got it.
All right, nothing happens.
Oh.
Yep. But remember
Remember
that.
divine intervention on Duncan's behalf. Then he's
Nope.
continuing to run down the hallway.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing. Okay. So let's just do a new initiative for everybody up in the chamber with the cannibal chamber. Because there's 4 cannibals left, and they realize they have to. It's a fight to the death. Like they have nowhere to go, and you're clearly trying to kill them. So you all your characters up there can roll initiative again, and
Thanks, bud.
Yep. You can. You need to beat
Kill
an
my
8.
boy.
I would have liked to have kept my previous initiative. Oh well.
you're doing initiative? Okay.
Well, the cannibals are forming ranks and fighting to the death.
Those are cannibals. They're not.
Spud's got a
cannibals.
personality of 6. He's not the most likable guy.
Okay, so did anybody get above an 8?
Yeah, I did. I got
Okay.
2 above 8.
All right, you can roll to attack. It's just a big, messy,
Melee.
fight. Yeah. It's just a swirling melee. There are other cannibals there, but they're clearly like very weak and dying, and you all kind of get the sense, they're kind of going to be served up next.
Okay, so
yeah.
2 of mine rolled above an 8, so can they both go? Is that right?
Yeah. They have an initiative 8, so you have to beat that in order to attack before the cannibals.
Okay, so looks like a miss, and
Their AC is 11.
yeah, so a miss and a hit. So Eric the Cheese guy hit with his hammer.
Okay. You need they each have 3 hit points. So
Okay. Non-hammer damage. So 4.
all right,
Four
you
hits.
kill one of them.
That's down to 3.
Yeah. Anybody else? All right. So there's 3 cannibals left. They're gonna hit obviously Weir's character who just killed one of the cannibals. Squirrel's character who is yelling and charged into and killed one last round. So we'll do that first. So this is first for you, Squirrel.
Okay.
16 hits you, I
That
imagine.
hits.
Yep. So this is a makeshift club. It does D4 damage. 1.
Okay.
And then this is to Weird's character. Also a 15.
Okay. Yeah, that hits the 9 AC there.
Yep. And that is 3 damage.
Ow. Well, Eric G's guy had a lot of hit points though, so he's still not dead. He's barely alive at 1.
Okay, he's hanging on. Those clubs hurt. And then the remaining one, there's one cannibal left. Let's see here. He will attack. Let's see here. A squirrel?
Assign?
Huh?
Assign someone? Spud.
Spud. Okay, yeah. All right.
Wait, what?
That's a miss. Regardless, doesn't matter. So yeah, you rolled a 2. Oh yeah, Cur Maxima. Cur Maxima is going to make an attack. I forgot to do that. No, he can't reach Duncan anymore. So Cur Maxima is just hanging out in the shaft, just kind of like, come out here, little. Well, if you leave, I'll let you leave. But you can't come up this tunnel anymore. I will have to rip you apart to shreds. Oh wait, I think I have one of the skulls heads of your comrades, and he throws it in the tunnel, angling it towards Duncan.
All right.
Who
We
is it?
established earlier that Duncan dreams of being a bard. Can he try to 1001 Nights this right now and keep Cur Maxima distracted by telling him stories?
Sure. Give me a personality check.
13.
All right. Yeah, you're talking to him. He seems to be pretty focused on it. He you can't see him anymore, so it's hard to tell exactly. But yeah, the let's see. So any characters left that haven't attacked the cannibals yet can attack now.
Okay. That's Spud.
And Snadger.
Nope.
Need AC 11 to hit.
I think that's a 10. No, actually, it was 0 for Snadger, so that's a hit.
All right, and you can roll damage.
What damage is the bamboo spear?
D6.
Edward gets
1.
a 17. So
Okay. One cannibal is wounded. Cannibal.
Cooper manages to do 4 damage with his hit.
All right, that kills Cannibal 2, or Cannibal 3, so there's Cannibal 1 and Cannibal 2. And is that all the characters?
I think so.
Okay. New round. Characters that go above before the cannibals can attack again. There's 2 left. One slightly damaged. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Oh, those hit.
Yeah, it's 4. All right, so the damage. First person. 4 damage, and then second one. 3 damage. 4 and 3, not bad.
Oh yeah, that kills both of them.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
So the remaining cannibals sort of whimper and like stay away from you, and they start reaching for the corpses of their companions you just killed, and start trying to butcher them.
Gnaw on them.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
It's dwarf scale mail, so I guess it wouldn't fit anyone other than Edward, who is now
Yeah,
dead.
go ahead and take it.
Yeah. Did anybody
think
like
that's
get knocked down and get have a chance to roll over to recover? Or they
Edward's not dead.
Okay. So he's still alive. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then-
he
Did
put
get
that
knocked over, but had 0. Can't be rolled.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Who was it that died?
Edgar, the gravedigger.
Oh,
Edgar.
Edward. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta search the body. You said there's stuff hanging on the ceiling or on the
Yeah.
walls?
When you look at it, it's bundles of meat and bone and gristle.
Nice.
Yeah, and some skulls, human skulls. Yeah. There is a battle axe though, and you find a whetstone, a sharpening stone, that has sort of a slight blue magical energy to it. So whoever wants a battle axe, which humans can use, it does a 1d10 damage.
Ooh, wow. Anybody want that?
Yes, it sounds like a good idea. Sam, the only
All right.
battle axe.
I'll take what you said. like a sharpening stone? Can we all sharpen our weapons here?
Who's going to sharpen their weapon first?
I guess Spud will, if he can.
All right. For the next hour, that weapon will do an additional plus 1d6 damage.
Pass it around to everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't work after that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you have a very impressive pitchfork now.
Yeah. So when you go through the chambers, you can push past a blanket hanging on the wall, and you can see a ladder going up. This one is further back from the interior chamber, so you don't think Her Maxima will be able to punch through that. With your understanding of the geography or the layout of this place. Yeah.
What do we do about Duncan?
Yeah, he's kind of stuck down there. Her Maxima is just basically taunting you from the chamber. And then then he's silent. Yeah.
I guess Duncan
Duncan's just going to tilt out. As I said, he's going to try to 1,001 Nights this and just entertain him for as long as he can.
Well,
right.
I mean, he could. I mean, the pumpkin monster would probably let Duncan go back outside.
I mean, I'd rather have Duncan as I only have 2 characters. One of them is separated. I'm just going to leave him there as a backup in case.
All right. All right. So you go up a long ladder in a narrow tunnel. And after you get to the top, let us see here. Where's the map again? All right. 111. I am rereading this room. All right, you've reached the upper chamber. The shaft continues another 60 feet up until it enters a chamber 30 by 30 feet. Goes to and it's open to the main dome, to the huge main room of the prison. Several of the huge glowing insects buzz about, resting in the chamber for a moment before they fly off. And you can see that you are actually 10 feet above the tree branch that is connected to the top center part of the ceiling, and that holds up the woven cage. So the branch, and all of this is above the Titan below. The branch is actually part of the prison, essentially. So you have to make it in order to reach the cage. You'd have to make a dangerous jump to the branch, which is an agility check. And
could we use rope to alleviate that?
Yeah, you can use the rope and tie someone. There's not really a place. Well, no, you have 50 feet of rope. Yeah, you have plenty of rope. So yeah, you that'll give you +2 to your check, agility check. And if you fail, you'll get a strength check to hold on. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So who's going to jump down to the cage?
If no one else will, I'll send my merchant.
All right.
Eric, yeah, my merchant too. Eric the cheese guy is like, I got this.
All right. Who wants to go first? All right. So Eric the cheese guy.
All
right.
Sure.
DC 13, but you get a +2 bonus. So effectively DC 11 agility check with the rope.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. The rope breaks and you fall. And if you fall, the Titan yawns just as you're about to hit, and you just Eric the cheese merchant just disappears into the maw of the Titan. It burps and he's gone. So yeah.
Fine.
What are the odds?
Yeah. No more rope. Yeah, it was bad rope.
I still have rope. We can add another one.
Yeah, go for it.
Try it again.
All right.
I'll try.
Yeah, DC 11 agility.
Oh, that's a 17.
You easily make it. And
are we all trying to go across?
And what you see, which character is this?
Snadger Harvey, the merchant.
Snadger, yeah. Snadger jumps on the cage, and you see Kerr Maxima looking up at the cage and starts racing along the wall of the dome in order to get to you. So So, and what from your vantage point, also Snadger, you look down on the woven cage and see its inhabitant, a wretched-looking creature, vaguely feminine with dark green skin. She sits holding her knees and has what appears to be a green cloak around her shoulders. Are you here to torment me? Please have mercy, no more pain. And you see a cage door on the side of the cage. So you could reach from the top and try and pull it open. Yeah.
About the cage. Is she like our sized or giant sized?
She looks more she looks more human sized than giant.
Okay.
Yeah. Like maybe a tall human, like 7 or 8 feet tall. It's hard to tell. She's sitting.
All right.
But she's not giant sized. No, she's not that big.
Well, it's a race against time. Snadger will try to unhook that.
All right, DC 11 strength check.
All right. That's 15.
All right. You open it just as Kerr Maxima is there.
Be free, be free.
And let's see here. Oh yeah, when you grab the cage, it burned, or it actually you have to insert your hand into the lock and accept the pain it brings. Do you do that?
I guess I have no choice because there's other pain coming in the other direction.
Yep. Give me a fortitude save.
Surprisingly,
You take a point of damage. Does that knock your character out?
No, because I have 2 hit points.
The pain is excruciating, and you remain conscious, and the cage door opens. Dresda flies out. It was not a cloak, but wings, bat wings specifically, and she simply grins at Kerr Maxima, who stops in its tracks and looks. You actually see fear in the giant pumpkins, and before it is absolutely annihilated with magic. And she cackles in unholy delight as a demigod of chaos. So then she, the entire prison starts shaking, as it is going to collapse now that its prisoner is free. So Duncan down there at the bottom can automatically escape. He's got plenty of time. But everyone else, well, first, your merchant there, Scribbly, needs to make a DC 12 check, a DC 11 check to get back, climb up quickly.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Drista is just flying around in unholy delight, zapping various parts of the thing. She starts disintegrating the Titan slowly, like limb by limb, and just as it is paralyzed with pain, as there's just, and when she disintegrates it, just limbs start exploding. The entire interior of the dome is just getting splattered in gore and bone fragments, and she's just
and that
cackling
actually helps Snadger a bit because one of the pieces hits him and kind of launches him back up.
Yeah.
17.
All right. So yeah, all the characters at the top of the cage need a DC 10 agility check to get down.
Where were we? I guess 2 of mine were at the top of the cage.
Yeah, all of you except for Duncan were at the top.
Okay.
Well, Snadger is on a roll.
All right.
The DC 11,
Okay.
12, 10. All right. Well, my guys made it. Yay! Yeah, they made it.
Yeah, you all run, and you all make it. And as you get out of, you crawl under the door. Actually, the door explodes before you get there, so you actually run out. This entire universe seems to be collapsing. The magenta sky, you start seeing patches of pure white bleed through. The bamboo forest starts collapsing. You hear shrieks of the other giant spiders and other monsters inhabiting the forest. The madman is screaming, "I deny this happening. I reject this reality and insert my own." And all of you keep running. And eventually you get to the portal or the entrance where you set out, and there is a portal. You all jump through it and find yourselves back at the cliff with the lady in blue. Your ears pop again. It is cooler now. It is drier, and she is there. She's holding up 5 heads that show the tears of joy. They're all shedding tears of joys. These are all different heads, though. And the lady in blue congratulates you for completing your quest, and says, "The time is not right for me to confront our enemies directly. If I were to project my real form into this world, they would instantly be aware of my presence. Could marshal all the forces on for an attack I am not yet prepared to answer. But have no fear. I am already working on gathering my allies, the first of which is Dresda. How good it is to say her name aloud without fear of discovery. Soon our gathered power will be too great to resist, and then we shall strike and chase our enemies from reality itself. And on that day, my brave allies, you shall have dominion of the world." So she creates a breach in reality that exposes the wheel of destiny. The storm is abated so that you're not knocked off your feet, but invites you all to spin it once. So this will be let's see, a luck check where you get to add your modifier to it instead of just trying to roll under your luck. You also get various modifiers. So every character who ate the despoiled dishes gets a +1. The character who first set foot on the invisible bridge gets a +2. Then +2 to the character that opened the cage and frees Dresda. -1 to anyone who spoke the name Dresda. And -1 to anyone who discussed possibly betraying or betrayal by the lady in blue. I don't remember. I think someone mentioned that, but I'm not sure. So
I think it was during Becker Maxima thing where he was tempting us to just leave.
Yeah.
Or possibly during the Yandor thing when he was.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that happened there.
So Scribbly, you'll go first. You definitely get. You're the one to free Dresda, so you get a +2 for sure.
It depends on first on the invisible bridge, because I think definitely
it's one of the
Master
people
Big-
with pitchforks. It was one of the pitchforky guys, I think, or a stick guy.
Yeah, because they were testing it. That was either Kadger or Puck.
Yeah.
So they're dead.
Yep. So roll d20. If you have a positive, if you add your luck modifier bonus to this roll and add +2 to it.
Yeah, surprisingly, I didn't need to spend off my luck with Snatcher, so I have a +1 there. I think I need to double check that.
So now it's a +3, yeah, because of the
Yes,
rest of the
I have a +3 on this roll of rolls.
All right, roll it.
13, the lucky number.
Yeah. Significant changes to your stars. You receive a permanent +1 luck. And you can re-roll your birth augur and lucky roll, but may choose to keep the new roll or the old. So that is a D30.
Let's see, what is my current one? It's a struck by lightning reflex saving throw. I'll roll then D30.
You can choose which one you want. Yeah.
Yeah. 11.
Fox's cunning. Find disable traps. Do you want to keep your new one, or you want the new one or the old one?
I'll keep the bonus to the reflex saving throws,
All right.
because I don't think Nadger is very keen on being the trap detector.
All right, so you feel a little luckier, and you'll get a character class. So good for you. So Squirrel, you had how many of your characters survived?
I've got Spud and Duncan, son of Duncan.
Okay. So yeah, choose which one you want and have them roll. Let me know what the number is.
Do they both roll or just one?
If they choose to spin the wheel of destiny.
Okay, well, they're both going to spin. Duncan did scream the name repeatedly, so I don't know if it matters how many times.
Just one. Let me see here. Yeah. Yeah, it's one. Yeah, it's just a binary thing. If you roll it, it's
D20 -1.
Yeah, plus
7.
any luck. 7. D20 -1. Okay, so 6. What doesn't matter? It's the same category. All right, history is rewritten. The character ignored the summons of the lady in blue and goes back to their normal life as it had never responded to those dreams to participate in the adventure. One of the characters that died in the adventure is brought back to life in their place with the same rules of a resurrected character. The disappeared character lives out the rest of their life as a mundane individual with a deep sense of loss and some known, unknown missed opportunity. So, yeah, which character replaces the Spud?
I guess miraculously Whiskey McGulligan.
Yeah.
No, that was Duncan. That was Duncan.
Okay.
Spud is
Duncan, son of Duncan.
Yeah. So the resurrected character can spin on the wheel to get a -1. Because yeah,
Okay, should I do spuds first or do whiskeys now?
whichever one you want to do.
Okay, I'll do whiskeys now. A 7.
Same thing.
Who is resurrected in Whiskey's place?
Okay, so whiskey dies, and then
No, Whiskey's alive. They just didn't go on the adventure. Someone else took their place.
okay, then the only one left is Edgar.
Yeah. So Edgar's there.
It was his rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get a -1 every time they're resurrected.
17.
17. All right. Major changes to your stars. You receive +2 luck permanently. Rerolls your birth augur and lucky store roll twice. Chooses which of the 3 you want to keep. You can also choose one of your ability scores and re-rolls it, keeping the new score if it's higher than the old one. Your identity changes significantly. Age ± 1d4 years. They might be from a new family city or a different country, or it can have major physical changes. Yeah. And you might even have a new name. So yeah, you can think about that.
Okay,
Is that
and then
all?
Yeah, then I got spud.
Okay.
Wrong.
Mhm.
That would be a 10.
A 10. All right. So minor changes. You receive a +1 permanent luck and must reroll birth augur and lucky roll. Changes permanent. You add or subtract 1d12 months to your age and cause minor physical changes, eye or hair color, slight adjustment to height, etc. So yeah. And let's see here. So squirrel, or sorry, weird, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got 2 characters left alive. So was it 1d20 for the wheel?
Mm-hmm. Add your
Yes,
luck modifier and any other modifiers I mentioned earlier.
All of them are going to wind up with a +0 on
right.
luck, and I don't think the other modifiers. I don't think my characters were first or last in any of those other things. From what
All
I
right,
can
if
remember.
they ate despoiled dishes, that would count too. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, despoiled dishes. I'm trying to remember. That's a good point. Who did eat despoiled? I don't think Sam the only ate despoiled
Okay.
dish. So
Yeah.
he's got 13.
Edgar ate the spoiled dishes, I think. The grave digger.
Edward, yeah.
Yeah, Edgar did.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now he's but he died, and now he came back. And
Yeah. With a 13 +1 to luck, you re-roll birth augur and lucky roll, but may choose to keep one or the new or the old one. And their age and appearance can change. So yeah. And then you know, since this is a one shot, we don't really need to worry about the birth augur so much. And then your last character.
So Edward Ratcatcher did eat of the spoiled meat or whatever.
So +1.
Yeah, okay, +1. And he's secretly been a fan of chaos the whole time. I got the thing. Right. 7 was the roll, and then +1 for an 8.
Okay. Minor changes. +1 to luck. Must re-roll birth augur. You add or subtract height or months of age, and minor physical changes, higher air color, slight adjustment, height, etc. So same as above. So yeah, basically this chart, if you the 20 plus, you can choose a new occupation for yourself. You receive +2 to luck. You can change your race. Humans might become elves. You're a completely different person and unrecognizable to anyone before they rolled on the wheel of destiny. But the worst one is 1 or less. History is rewritten. The character is dead. One of the characters that died is now back to life in their place. And yeah. So yeah. Dead characters can come back thanks to rolls of the wheel of destiny. But yeah, you get character classes levels, and you've had an auspicious start to your adventuring career. But yeah, that's the hole in the sky. And
whoops, we released a demigoddess of chaos.
Mm-hmm. And Kerr Maximo, by the way, had 57 hit points. You did 4 damage to it.
I know.
I was like, once you kept attacking to it, it's like, okay, it's just gonna fire. It's gonna stop being cute.
The thing is, Bastardbig's plan was to just see whether we could and then retreat, but it had way longer reach than he figured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it had 2 attacks around, and yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was just gonna do the peasant.
It's the thing that's chasing you and taunting you. Yeah, it's not the thing that you actually kill. Yeah, but yeah, that's really cool.
Competent adversaries are our worst foe.
Spud started out as an incompetent potato farmer with a goose, and now he's a beautiful female cleric from a totally different town and different background.
Amazing.
The funny thing here would be if our characters remember who was originally what.
Yeah, everyone's
Because
gonna have a very different version of events, like when they were
Yeah,
recounted. Yeah, it's gonna be very hard to figure out actually what happened.
So what happens if the giant wakes up?
I mean, you have to really go and poke it, and it's got like fucking 160 hit points or something.
and it'll kill us with one stomp, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me find its stats. It is statted out. But yeah, Titan. Plus 12 to attack, 3d6 plus 6 damage, 99 hit points, AC only 13. 2 attacks around. There actually is. I did skip one thing. There is a hidden room with a bunch of weapons, but it's right before you get to the cage. So really, like, doesn't really. And there's a magic arrow that can slay it if you hit it, but like at that point, it doesn't really matter.
It's basically loot for the adventure after.
Yeah, basically. And since it's a one shot, I didn't want to bother with it. But yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah.
As per always in these funnels, it's very clear that like farmers really are overpowered. That D8 for a pitchfork is just so good.
Yeah, no, it is really nice to start with a pitchfork. I mean, you can also start with like a bag of night soil as your item. So
you got to make a farmer with a cow. I mean, God, you might as well be a prince.
Yeah, although that would have been tricky to get a cow across the bridge. But yeah, the birds probably would have just attacked the cow first, and, like all of them at once, and just dragged it off. The birds, they're multiple party, like all those cannibals you killed were former adventurers. The Lady in Blue has been doing this for a while, just giving people dreams and sending them into this place to get her ally out. They all just get trapped and mad, and like if you spend too much time in here, you become a little mutated like thing that everything else ignores except outsiders. So that's why
they just didn't want it enough. Clearly,
yeah, they didn't want it enough. Yeah, they weren't motivated enough.
They didn't burn enough luck.
They didn't hustle.
They didn't hustle. That's true. Well, also like the Waves of Adventure like killed a lot of the other guardians that were there. So like over time, it's been worn down to where it's just Cur Maxima now.
No, it was all us. Clearly.
Yeah.
Actually, we might actually want to brag about this. To be honest.
Yeah, probably when the new Chaos Lord starts causing trouble in the world. Like, God damn it, who let her out? Yeah.
Okay, out of interest, I do need to know this just from the beginning, and I was wondering it earlier. If we hadn't bought any rations and spent days out on that bridge, are there mechanics that like you can have a TPK just from people not buying food?
I mean, I think there are rules for starvation in the main core rule book. So,
okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the rules are in there, and I think like you just would have been fucking wrecked before you even got there. So I don't think 5 days would kill your characters off, because it rains, so you get water at least, right? But it's just gonna fucking suck.
I like that whoever it is that put us on the quest to cast Lord Person's like she speaks through 5 heads and blue skin. It seems like kind of an Eris reference, but I might start reading into it.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I know the title of the adventure comes from a Black Sabbath song, "Hole in the Sky," if you actually, you can't dedicate if you behead an opponent dedicated to the Lady of Blue, you get a +1 on your roll on the Wheel of Destiny, but she doesn't tell you to do that. So, like, how are you gonna know?
If we had what?
Yeah, beheaded an enemy and dedicated the beheading to.
Because her whole thing is beheadings.
Yeah, and also if any of your player characters at the beginning is like, "Do you accept this quest?" No, you would have walked off, and then at the end, she would have had that character's severed head as one of the 5 she was holding up. So,
Kaja knew you don't refuse requests like that, really, but he didn't really want to accept it either. But
she already mind controlled us halfway, like for weeks at a time or whatever. It didn't seem like much of a point to resist.
Yeah. I mean, it's a one shot too. It's like this is the premise of the adventure. If you say no, we don't have a game.
That's absolutely playing a part as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd already made it clear that you're totally outmatched us. So
yeah. But this is a really fun adventure. I think this is a game scenario written more for conventions and stuff like that. But like, It's a very evocative dungeon crawl. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah, I
and
like it.
different. Yeah. I actually ran this as this is going to be the season finale of Letter of Narrative Dissonance. So, but they had a much different run of it. Although they tried to fight Cur Maximum a lot too. But yeah.
I mean, I knew fighting Cur Maximus was a bad idea. I just thought I could, sacrifice 2 of my characters to, make a point. But oops, it has 2 attacks around.
It has 2 attacks. It can just hit you or it can grab you. And
I could have ran away with Catcher, but
but he kept rolling so well in the string checks. It was like, okay, he's just like, fuck this. I'm getting annoyed. They're hitting me with fucking pebbles. I don't like this. Squash. So but yeah, that's it. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for supporting the RPPR Patreon, patreon.com/RPPR. If you want to play in games like this, I run at least 1 game a month for patrons. And right now we have a backer kit campaign, the Night Clerk zine. Look it up on social media or backerkit.com. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you all. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Ah.